Hey, check 1 2.
Tay swims.
Good afternoon or good evening back in Alpine. 7:24 back in Alpine. 6:24 here in Alpine. Cowboy baseball is about set to get underway as they travel. I guess it's our last game. We haven't traveled recently, but we've been on the road against the Roswell Invaders for this 3-game set.
We've been on the road for a week.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, I think, because we left day after 4th of July for a travel day. It's July 12th. We've been on the road exactly a week, going home tonight with the Cowboys looking to make that bus ride back tonight that much more sweeter.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the Alpine Cowboys are facing the Roswell Invaders, trying to avoid the sweep as Roswell took game 1 and 2. I'm Ryan Wild, joined by Rowan Elbert. Rowan, take this away. I got to mess with the size of this thing.
Yeah, exactly. So the Cowboys last night ended up being a 8-2 loss to the Roswell Invaders. And the guys, I will say, I mean, it's never a good look when you lose to a team that is now an 8-31 record. 25% of the Invaders' wins have come from against the Cowboys. So again, they know this and they know what that needs to take to bounce back in a big spot. The Cowboys do have a new pitcher that will be starting today. They'll be going with Maddox Hoagland out of Cadillac, Michigan. Went to West Texas A&M for 3 seasons. That was a Division II school in the Lone Star Conference, I should say. I mean, again, he was a solid part of that rotation, a 5 ERA, which, I mean, in metal bat collegiate baseball, 5 ERA, pretty solid, I'll say.
In an offensive firepower kind of league, that is the Lone Star. And, you know, folks back in Alpine, Roan, they know about that West Texas A&M program.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Again, great program. And even before that, he was at Indian Hills, a community college. They're a really good JUCO program. So, again, Maddox Hoagland has no shortage of experience at that level, and we're excited to see what he can do in his first professional outing. He was playing in an amateur league out in Quebec. I guess you could call it amateur, semi-pro, that type of thing. He was facing a lot of ex-affiliate guys in that league. Kind of helped prepare him for this big opportunity.
Absolutely. One of 2 guys that came down from Canada to join the Cowboys this week is Mateo Avalone, was up north in the, what do you call Canada, the Maple Leaf country? I don't know.
I guess you could, yes. I mean, yeah, Maple Leaf, that makes sense.
All right, now we'll look at the Cowboys starting lineup again. We're just trying to bounce back here and squeak back into contention with the Pecos Bills, as it looks like that matchup against us in Pecos will be vital for who gets to host in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, every game's important, even if you're not playing the Pecos Bills, which for Alpine and Roswell, the story will not be finished between them. They have 3 more games that will take place in Alpine. But this is the last time the Cowboys will be in Roswell this season. You have to make the most of it.
Hunter Damon will be the leadoff batter again in the Alpine Cowboys starting lineup, playing left field today. Again, he joined the team just about a week ago now. We've previewed Hunter at times. You know, what I said about Hunter is he has the makings of a cult hero, man. I know I'm on his team. I'm on his side here, but I mean, just the style he played ball. Again, I think you guys are going to be excited. It's going to be a fun guy to watch, and in the three spot for the first time yesterday, and now batting leadoff here today. He's a contact-heavy guy, doesn't strike out often, and plays a fun brand of baseball.
And also, he's a speedster, man. We haven't seen the stolen bags yet, but you know that he's very well capable of doing that. And the fact that you have him as your leadoff guy opens up a world of possibilities for the Cowboys. I really like the move from Lance Myers.
I love it, too. And, you know, Sean Becker isn't going to go far, batting 2 in the order. Again, Sean has been the leadoff guy for a couple of weeks now, really took that position and ran. But I think it's the same mindset, same approach, batting 2nd in the order. And I think Sean Becker will continue to have success. If we look here, Sean Becker has a .346 batting average. It's gone just south. He was tied with James Prakash first on the team around the .370 mark when he took that leadoff position. But again, a really nice on-base percentage for the Hoosier. Now batting 3rd in the order, Carson Kirby, a new Alpine Cowboy. If you look at the batting average, again, a very small sample size, 9 ABs. He's had 1 walk, so officially 10 plate appearances, a 444 average for Carson Kirby. He's had a really hot start.
He really has. A 3-for-4 outing yesterday, which he almost had a double. He ended up being the final out of the game yesterday, was trying to go for second base, ended up being thrown out from right field. It was a 9-4 out, which, again, he was very frustrated, but still, a 3-for-4 performance. I mean, only his second game as a professional baseball player, and he's making tremendous strides.
Now James Prockish batting fourth in the order, a man who needs no introduction. The podcast is officially up with James Prockish. Look up Cowboy Up anywhere you want to find podcasts. 364 average for James, who has the most plate appearances of any Cowboy this year, with 9 home runs for the longtime veteran. Now batting fifth in the order, just behind the cleanup position, that's a power bat in Brandon Andrews. Batting sixth, John Tuttle. John Tuttle, the Roswell native, caught game 1 of this 3-game set, and John is back out there behind the dish as the 7th spot. Aaron Izquierdo takes back over at first base. Again, he's been a mainstay at first base, whereas more natural position is catcher. He's capable of playing that first base position. He's been playing it rather well, and again, after adding Mateo Avalone, who started yesterday at first base, we give the nod back to the guy who's been putting in reps all season in Izquierdo.
Which I like that move, to have Izquierdo back at first base. Give Mateo a little bit of a breather.
Aaron has a 2.96 batting average, and Trevor Tripoli will bat 8th in the order for the Alpine Cowboys as we send it to the national anthem. Tripoli with a 2.57 average. He's playing shortstop on the day. Again, we'll send it to a quick break.
Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s.
Sorry, we had some issues with the ads there. Should be up and working for the rest of today's game. Shout out to Lowe's, a great sponsor back in Alpine, where I get groceries and where I get that excellent chicken wing deal that I talked to you about before.
Oh, yeah. And Armando Ceballo was telling me, and maybe we should just stop talking about it, because Armando Ceballo was telling me, like, too many people know about it now. The line's getting too long.
Yeah, and the chicken, now those chicken wings that you can get for real cheap, again, it's like a 20-pack of a mixture of chicken parts that I guess are the waste parts, not the waste parts for me, but again, they're gone sometimes when I go in there, so we got to keep it on the DL.
Yeah, I usually get for I think $6. I'll get like either the tenders, maybe a breast, and then maybe a drumstick even. I'll get a side of mashed potatoes with gravy, mac and cheese. It's a great deal, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, Alpine Cowboy Baseball starting here in a moment as I move our entire window here on YouTube.
Woo!
Something right here is not working.
We're small, now we're big.
Right. There we go. Nope. All right, we'll just leave it. All right. Again, we're here live on YouTube and on Big Bend Radio, 98.7 FM locally. Roan, we want to preview the starter for the Roswell Invaders. Kyler Rich is his name. One thing I know about him, Roan, is he's on short rest, as a lot of Roswell Invaders are this year.
Yeah, he just pitched on July 7th against the Tucson Saguaros. In 3 1/3, he gave up 13 earned runs, ended up being a 22-3 Saguaro victory. walked 6 batters, wasn't a good look. He has a 15 ERA, was the opening day starter for the Invaders as well, and that was honestly his best start. That was against the Trinidad Triggers, where he went 6 innings, only giving up 2 earned runs. Since then, I mean, I hate to be blunt, but it's been downhill. He's never had an outing quite like that. It's always been 4 or more earned runs.
And he has, if we will talk about whip, he's probably got the worst whip we've seen all year. 36 walks, 36 innings pitched, 37 walks, 74 hits, so about a 3.0 whip.
Ooh.
And, you know, the other thing is, with him giving up 13 earned runs in that last outing against Tucson, 3 1/3 innings, I don't think they have the arms to pull him out, even if he had given up 13 earned runs against us.
Because it was crazy yesterday with Hersan called to Zilia. He had to go home today. So last night he went into Garrett Ty's office and said, hey, I'm throwing because I want to have a farewell, a last hurrah. And you saw what happened yesterday.
First pitch off speed misses inside to number 3, the right-hander Hunter Damon out of Siena, a Division I school. Again, contact heavy, strikeout avoidant. Hunter Damon steps back in. Rich delivers, and there's a strike called on the outside. 1-1. So they lost Caldezia.
Yeah, Caldezilla left this morning.
I mean, who they got now, Rowan?
Yeah. That's crazy. I know.
2 weeks left in the season.
Which makes us wonder, because we have another 3 games set with them in Alpine. I wonder who they even throw then.
The good news for them, though, is there's some breaks at the tail half of this season as this misses high and away 2-1. By the way, it's also the same home plate umpire as it has been the last 2 nights in Eric Brown out of Portales, with Keith Dunlap back on the infield out of Roswell, New Mexico. Here's the 2-1 pitch, a strike called above the belt line. Now 2-2, the count to Hunter. What were we talking about just a moment ago? The schedule for the Roswell Invaders. So the All-Star game is tomorrow. That's in Garden City, Kansas. So the Roswell Invaders will pack up and head up there as the 2-2 comes. And Hunter fans on the slider, low and away. Again, a strike. No, he fouled it off. Okay.
But the Cowboys, I think we can announce it now. It is official. The Cowboys will not be attending the All-Star game. Just some outside circumstances. I'm sure they wanted to be there, but, you know, external factors led to them not being able to attend.
And, you know, also, sometimes pitchers pitching at the All-Star games are then not available later in the week. And we have a big-time week coming up playing against the Pecos Bills a number of times. Here's the 2-2 from Rich. Hunter lays off the slur of low and away, filling up the count at 3-2.
I just wonder, like, let's say we were playing Tucson. Sean McNeil is the manager of the Mountain South team. Let's say we were playing Tucson, and McNeil on purpose was like, okay, Wakeman, you're going 5.
Yeah.
Like, technically it could.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Again, Hunter Damon in the batter's box. His parents in town, following the team from Garden City, as Damon sends this one back towards the netting. No play there as the catcher for the Roswell Invaders goes back to the netting. That's Ioannis Alexandrov. Will fly through this Roswell defensive side. Again, Tyler Rich, the pitcher. Ioannis, the battery mate and catcher at first base, Ty Murray. The second baseman, Mikey Alonso. Shortstop today, Sloan Laird. Chad Bain at third. Left field, Shane Morrow. Bilal Whittle in center. And the right fielder, Michael Fisk. But again, 3-2 the count. Hunter trying to be a thorn in the side of Rich here in the first AB today, as this has popped up, heading for shallow right field. Right fielder is under it. That's Michael Fisk with the grab and the out. 1 down here in the top of the first inning, where the Cowboys are looking to bounce back after starting this series 0-2 against the Roswell Invaders. As you mentioned yesterday, the first time the Cowboys have lost a series since against Roswell since 2023.
Yeah, which I didn't think this would be the year that would happen, but this year has been very unexpected in the Pecos League. The rise of the Pecos Bills and the downfall of the Roswell Invaders, those are probably the biggest storylines. The Invaders are set to miss the playoffs for only the second time in their franchise's history.
Cowboys all but guaranteed to make the playoffs again. It's probably a 99.999% chance as we speak right now. As the slider finds his own first strike. 0-1 to Becker. The Cowboys have never failed to make the playoffs.
Yes.
That's a stat I got from Rowan here. Again, if I'm shouting out a stat like that, 90% chance I stole it from Rowan in a conversation we had about 30 minutes ago. As this misses high and inside, 1-1 to Sean Becker.
Yeah, because I remember the family was telling me like they have a vacation early August, and I said can't do it. We'll be in the playoffs, and then they said, what if you guys miss the playoffs? And I said not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. Here's the 1-1 with one down again to Sean Becker in the batter's box. We'll pull up the stats again for the Cowboys side as you can see him on the screen. This misses well away, 2-1. Again, Becker with that 346 average, his first professional home run smacked out of the yard in Santa Fe. While Rowan was there, he's got 107 at-bats. He was 4 at-bats short of being eligible for an all-star game selection as he fouls this back 2-2.
I guess you do have to draw the line, but at a certain point, he was only 4 short. I was like, man, just give him the nod. He would be a lock had he had the minimum AB requirement. But I get it. You have to draw the line.
Yeah, I agree, Rowan. Got to draw the line somewhere, but man, when a guy's right on it. Here's the 2-2. No, a timeout. I think it's Becker taking the timeout. He's trying to pad that back half of the batter's box, which again is like, we were talking about Normandy. I think it's more like World War I France with all the trenches, Rowan.
Oh man!
But there's some deep trenches on the back half of the batter's box. Maybe a 5-degree angle for Becker, as this misses for a ball somewhere. Again, Rich doesn't like it. I kind of agree with Rich, but a 3-2 count.
That's big picture, though, for the Cowboys. You need to create runs. I know easier said than done. That's how you win games, but it's been difficult the last few games. Even in Garden City, those were games when the Cowboys won. It was mainly on the pitching that got it done. You can't rely on pitching, especially when Roswell's hot the last couple days.
Off-speed sails well inside to Becker, ball 4. Slipped out of the hands of Rich. Cowboys with a 1-out walk, and Carson Kirby, again, with that 444 average, as you can see on YouTube. But listening back home, he's got the best average of an active Cowboy position player.
I was going to say, B-Rad, 500.
Yeah, Brad Purdett. He's our only left-hander in the lineup today. Only left-hander position player on the team, Rowan. As far as the bat goes, this misses up high, 1-0. Is that right?
What was the question?
Only left-handed position player on the team.
Yes, he is.
We had A.J. Folds and Xavier Croxton earlier this year. I feel like we lost another left-hander. Here's the 1-0. Well, just away, 2-0 the count to Carson Kirby out of Georgia, the Kennesaw, Woodstock area. He's digging into that back half of the batter's box. He steps back in. Again, the lefty against the right-handed starter, Rich, who shakes off a pair of pitches. Now the 2-0. High and inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Again, a runner at first base. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. No run rule in effect today. We had that run rule in effect yesterday just because that glow-in-the-dark game. But Cowboys are hopping on the bus the moment this one ends and heading straight for Alpine, Texas. 5 a.m. ETA is my estimation.
All right, 5 a.m. Let's do it.
Here's the 3-0. Strike found on the off-speed. Really, maybe even the fastball that he just took some velo off to find the zone. Now 3-1.
I remember the last time we rode back from Roswell. I just talked to Brendan Conal the entire bus ride back. But this time around, I think I'm actually going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to try and sleep too. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Rich delivers. Carson grounds it towards the second baseman. He attacks, tags Becker running between the first and second base bag, flips a throw over to first that misses the first baseman for the Invaders. Carson Kirby hits the deck as he runs past that first base bag, and he is getting checked out by Jesus Rosario. I'm not sure if he hit the deck because he was tripped as the first baseman was trying to follow that ball over into foul territory, or if it's really just a dip in the infield over there.
I think there is a dip in that infield, especially like right by that first base bag, and it's the same thing at third base. It looks like Chad Bain, the third baseman for Roswell, it looks like he's almost in a tiny bunker right there.
Yeah. Ty Murray is the first baseman today for Roswell again. He is filling in for Najee King, who's been the regular first baseman for the Invaders. But some clubhouse stuff going on with Najee and the Invaders.
Yes.
Now stepping in is James Prakash, again in the cleanup position. The
And
fielder's choice got the lead runner a moment ago.
And that's just a matter, I guess, frustrations mounting, and that's what it led to.
As Proc steps in. The right-hander. Rich delivers. Slider finds the zone on the outside, 0-1.
That was a really nice slider, able to bite the zone. Really solid movement from Rich.
We're at Joe Ballman Stadium, named after the all-time single-season professional home run hit leader in Joe Ballman. He did it in an extended minor league season way back in the day. This is found first strike 0-2. 329 to right, 342 to left, and 383 to straightaway center.
Really odd dimensions, but at the same time, still with that wall, and it's always a challenge to hit stuff out here.
Yeah. Only guy I remember doing it with regularity is Josh Rago, but I'm sure somebody else has. Here's the 0-2 to Prakash, a swing and a miss. He chases after the slider, low and away. Retired on strikes, and the Cowboys strand one base runner here in the top of the first. We'll be back in a moment. This is Alpine Cowboy Baseball, brought to you by KVLF and on YouTube today. Over at the Alpine Cowboy YouTube channel. Just search it up.
Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s. In 1964, Bob opened the first Lowe's Market, a small grocery store in Olton, Texas. Since then, Lowe's has expanded into small and medium-sized towns and cities throughout Texas and New Mexico. When Lowe's makes an investment in a community, they also make a commitment to serve the community with the highest quality and selection, along with fair pricing. Lowe's, your family grocery store.
Do you love to play sports and stay active, but notice your breathing isn't as easy and full as it used to be? Nearly 28 million Americans live with asthma, a condition that worsened for many after a COVID or RSV infection, even 2 full years after getting well. The team at Big Bend Regional Health Clinic helps children and adults achieve better control of asthma and other respiratory problems so they can return to their favorite activities, breathing easier. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit bigbendanytime.com.
At BBT, we're celebrating 65 years of connecting communities across West Texas. And we're committed to using the latest cutting-edge technology to keep you and everyone on your network safe, secure, and seamlessly connected. Because your connection to family, businesses, and community is our priority. Call 800-592-4781 or visit bigbend.com to experience reliable internet from a company committed to West Texas.
We're back here again. The new pitcher in the ball game has just joined the team, driving down from Quebec. That's Maddox Hogland, the starting pitcher, about 6'2", 6'3" on the bump, out of West Texas A&M. Rowan, you've talked to him about his pitch rotation too.
Yeah, what I really like about Hoagland is that he keeps it simple, which I really can appreciate. A fastball, a changeup, and a curveball. That's all he needs, I guess. The right-handed arm. There's a lot of hype behind him. Lance brought him in for a reason. This is what Lance Myers tells all of his guys. You all came for a reason, and Hoagland, we're about to find out his reason here.
As he steps on the bump, looking around the league, the Cowboys, again, facing the Roswell Invaders in Game 3 of a series before the playoff or the All-Star break. The Pecos Bills and the Tucson Saguaros is the big matchup we're looking at here as the Bills are on the road at the Saguaros. That series is split at 1 game apiece. It'll start at 7 o'clock Keno time, I believe, which is 9 o'clock back in Alpine. It's the fastball finds the zone down low, 0-1. You talk about that simple approach, Rowan, and I love to talk about Jonathan Fleckenstein last year, and I'm pretty sure Jonathan had the same 3 pitches. Right-hander delivers. That's the curveball over the top, looping in for a strike at the top half of the zone, 0-2.
Makes our job a lot easier, too, identifying these pitches.
Yeah, and it's that tunnel, man. All three of them have top-down motion. The fastball stays high as that fastball finds the top of the zone for a strike. Freezes up Bilal Whittle, the one-spot hitter, on 3 pitches. Again, they just pair up so nicely, the fastball, changeup, and curveball, as you don't know what it is until it's getting towards the plate as Sloan Laird steps in the batter's box. A moment ago, he was holding a sledgehammer in the on-deck circle to get those muscles activated. Now Ty Murray handling that same sledgehammer.
Yeah, the Cowboys did that last season. That's kind of settled down this year, though.
Yeah. Here's the first pitch to Sloan Laird. Sloan has had a good series as he fouls this off on the left side, 0-1. 2 Oklahoma Christian Eagles have had a great series in Laird and the starter on day 1 being Ira Clifton.
Yeah, Laird yesterday was in the 2 slot, had that RBI double to make it quickly 1-0 against the Cowboys.
Here's the 0-1 to Laird. Off speed, that's the curveball in for a strike, 0-2. Again, just a moment ago, Maddox struck out Bilal Whittle on 3 pitches. The backwards K got him looking, trying to strike out Laird. Here's the 0-2. Oh, changeup, foul back. Count stays at 0-2 for Laird. I was watching that immaculate inning.
I know. We weren't going to say it because usually with an immaculate ending, I've even seen Major League broadcasters. They don't mention it until it's right there and it happens.
And we were good not to. Again, we did it. I did it right after Sloan fouled that back. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Left-hander takes the fastball high and away. Now 1-2 the count. Again, Maddox Hogland has passed the eye test here very early. I'll knock on some wood for us. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and this is grounded towards our shortstop, Trevor Tripoli. He catches it in the breadbasket and fires across the diamond in time. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Rowan, you likened this Maddox addition to Casey Cheek last year.
Yeah, Casey Cheek, their stuff is really not similar. Because Cheek had basically every pitch in the book, if I recall. But it was similar because Cheek was just coming off of a NAIA national title run with IU Kokomo. He's fresh out of college, kind of like Hoagland.
First pitch to the 3 spot. Curveball sails high to Ty Murray, 0-1.
But that's a little different because Hoagland graduated last year. But at the same time, it's just a midseason addition to add to the rotation. I love it.
As the 0-1 comes. Low and away. Looked like the change up there. I'm sorry, that was the 1-0. Now the count 2-0. Okay, so he took a year off.
Yes. Well, kind of. He was still playing in the amateur leagues.
But he never played against Sul Ross in their inaugural year in the Lone Star Conference. As this misses high and away. The count 3-0 to Ty Murray. Again, I mentioned he passed the eye test, and now he's down in a hole 3-0, man. It's that broadcaster curse. But again, confidence in Maddox as he delivers the 3-0. Strike found at the knees on the fastball, now 3-1 to Ty, the first baseman.
And this is not the guy you want to have on base, too, because especially with 2 outs, he would be off and running. 21 stolen bags for Murray.
Well, here's the 3-1 pitch. Murray lifts this. Looper headed out to shallow center field, down in front of Andrews. Pops off of his glove, but backed up by our left fielder on the day. That's Hunter Damon. That holds Ty Murray at first base, who again looped that single out to shallow left. Now Shane Morrow, the left fielder for the Roswell Invaders, steps in.
Which again, great job by Hunter Damon, the rookie making a veteran move right there, especially when that ball's splitting that left center gap. Having the wherewithal to back up the grab, because that's going to be tough for Andrews, especially on this playing surface. A one-hopper heading his way, it's not going to be easy. Great job backing it up, which could have saved an extra base.
We'll say what we always say when we're here in Roswell, as this fastball misses just low, 0-1. There was a monster truck rally held on the infield here, and maybe even a little bit of the outfield during the offseason. Last night, a glow baseball game. What do they call that?
A cosmic baseball?
Cosmic baseball game, as they had glow-in-the-dark baseballs played with LED lights as this finds the zone for a strike. Well, blue lights. Now the count 1-1 to Mora.
I'm enamored by his curveball.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. When it hits the zone, it's beautiful.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball misses just high, 2-1. I thought that one was in there, man.
And you can really tell it apart from the changeup just because of how loopy that curveball is.
Dude, it reminds me of Fleckenstein for real.
Yes, because Fleckenstein didn't really have a slider either.
Fleckenstein was the all-time strikeout leader in the Pecos League as the fastball finds the zone for a strike. Well, Morrow swung and missed. He was underneath the fastball, maybe anticipating changeup. But now the count 2-2. Again, 2 down, runner at first base. Both teams had a base runner in this first inning. Becker walked his way aboard just a moment ago. Ty Murray singled. And Maddox Hogland is ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Gets the swing and a miss on the curveball, low and inside. Morrow is retired on strikes. Hogland has 2 strikeouts in his first inning of work. Cowboys tied up with the Roswell Invaders, again trying to avoid a sweep against the bottom feeder Roswell here. We'll be back in a moment.
If you're looking for the best in TVs or the best in TV service, then you're looking for Big Canyon TV. Our dedicated local staff is here for all your TV needs. We offer smart Samsung TVs as well as Dish Network service, so you'll never have a dull moment at home again. DirecTV customers and former cable customers, what are you waiting for? Stop by or call to see what we can do for you. Big Canyon TV, 837-7484, or stop by our office at 610 North 5th in Alpine.
It's time for this month's Napa savings. Save 14% on Chevron Dello 400 XLE 15W30 motor oil, 1 gallon for $18.99. Pick up some Mobile Delvac heavy duty motor oil, starting at $17.99 a gallon. Napa Premium Performance Conventional motor oil available for just $16.99 each. For only $209.99, you can get a Milwaukee M12 Fuel Stubby Impact Rinse Kit. Buy a Milwaukee M18 Red Lithium XC 5.0 resistant battery 2-pack for only $229 each, a savings of 23%. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine.
Napa know-how. Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes, a policy for his bikes or his home. Does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
Brandon Andrews here in the batter's box to lead off the top of the second out in Roswell, New Mexico. Again at Joe Ballman Stadium. Our last day in Roswell, our last true road trip until we get to the playoffs, as we're headed back and forth between Pecos and Alpine the next 2 weeks.
And mostly in Alpine, too. Probably 3/4 of those games will be in Alpine.
And we have a 3-game set against these Roswell Invaders in Alpine, and that makes up the remainder of the regular season schedule. Again, just Pecos and Alpine in the books as Andrews takes the slurve on the inside for a strike. 0-1 as Rich delivers. That Alpine series, the 3-game set between Roswell and Alpine, taking place on the 24th, 25th, and 26th of July. Rich now. 0-1 finds the outside of the zone for a strike. Rich is ahead of the count. Again, a walk rate, about a walk per inning. He's just north of that with 36 innings, now 37 with 38 walks on the year after the first of today's ball game. But a hit rate much higher in the 70s, I think 76 hits given up on the year. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slider misses well away. Now 1-2 to Brandon. Ron, where did Brandon go to school?
He grew up in New Braunfels, so he went to New Braunfels Christian Academy, but after that went to Dallas Christian College.
Okay. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Again, as Rich shakes off 1, 2, 3 pitches, likes the 4th call and delivers. And Hunter, wow, golfs this up. It's a one-hopper to the pitcher who gets it above his head, runs to first base, and flips it to first in time for the out. Andrews retired again, grounding out to the pitcher as John Tuttle steps in.
Well, the only thing you can really do with a play like that is just a tip of the cap to Tyler Rich, the pitcher. That was just a great flash of the leather, quick instincts to get it done. Very impressed.
Now John Tuttle stepping in, the right-hander. You know, that's a skill set as a pitcher that isn't required. Like they're not even at the major league level. They're not like this guy has a quick reaction time, so he's moving up in our order. But still, it's a plus when you got it. Here's the first pitch to John Tuttle, well away for a ball, 1-0.
Do you remember that 1-4-3 double play we saw in Garden City a few days ago from Dietrich Gertzkin, where it was a bunt right into his glove and he quickly turned to second to get the runner there?
Um, yes, I do remember that.
Yes.
Here's the 1-0. Slider finds the outside of the zone for a strike, 1-1.
I remember growing up, I saw a Dodgers bullpen guy, reliever, Victor Gonzalez. He did that exact same thing, except it was just a line drive, not even a bunt liner, right to his head, got it, turned to second in the World Series, too. It was one of the coolest things I'd seen.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, again to John Tuttle. He grounds this foul down the third base line, now 1-2. Where Lance Myers is standing, again, the skipper, first-year skipper for your Alpine Cowboys, the assistant manager last year to Sean Persky, and before that, the skipper of the Roswell Invaders for a number of years.
Hey, speaking of Sean Persky, big win for the Boise Hawks today, defeating the Sky Sox 10-3.
You were watching Ethan Ibe on the call over there?
A little bit, yeah.
Here's the 1-2, well away to Tuttle, now 2-2. You know, Ethan Ibe was partnered with Lincoln Revel. Lincoln Revel, the Big Ben radio counterpart. So Lincoln, kind of my predecessor. Ethan, kind of your predecessor. Now Lincoln is now coaching at a high school in the DFW area.
Football, or?
I think he's doing one of the deals where he's coaching everything.
Oh, wow.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Tuttle. A swing and a miss out in front of the off-speed pitch, and he's retired on strikes. Man, Rich has had our number again. We've ran into 3 starters now for Roswell. Well, the last 2 days, it was Caldezia and Clifton, and both of them had kind of career days against us earlier in this series.
I'm going to be completely honest. I think this is more of an issue of the Cowboys struggling than these Invaders pitchers being good. I'm just being frank. And what better time for the Cowboys to turn around, though, than right here in the series finale.
And it's frustrating as this finds a zone for a strike to Aaron Izquierdo because we thought those days were over. We went to Garden City, who was 31-4 heading into that series, or was it 30-4? And then we win 2 games to 1 against the Garden City win, and we're like, wow, man, the dog days are over. It's all uphill from here. And then we got punched in the mouth a couple of times here in Roswell as this misses low, 1-1.
But that's the thing, though. The Cowboys right now are stumbling. The Invaders have the opportunity to have the knockout punch here, but it's about how you get back up. Let's see if Alpine can get back up here.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Aaron Izquierdo takes the off-speed well away, non-competitive 2-1. And that's another thing that we talked to James Prockish about is teams getting hot at the right time. I was mentioning that during the Garden City, that series that it feels like Cowboys are getting hot at the right time. But, you know, the right time isn't until 2 weeks from now, Rowan.
Oh, exactly, yeah. I preferably you'd also want a little bit of that right before the postseason, too.
Yeah. Aaron Izquierdo sends a single through the right side, first base hit of the day with 2 outs for your Alpine Cowboys as Trevor Tripoli steps into the batter's box. I don't know if Aaron Izquierdo is a base-stealing threat. He looks like a quick type of guy, especially for the catcher position and first base position. But with 2 outs, the pitcher on deck in Maddox, who I doubt has had many ABs recently in his career, you'd have to think that Aaron would be thinking about the second base bag, especially with a righty on the mound.
Yeah, well, the numbers are 0 right now, mainly because he's caught in most of the games he's played, so they're not going to send their catcher to second. But, I mean, you never know.
Here's Trevor Tripoli. Taking an off-speed down low. Aaron thinking about heading for second base, says Ioannis Alexandrov, the Bulgarian. Again, wearing what looks like a do-rag. It's not a do-rag. I think it is.
It's like a ninja headband, I think is what it is. I have one of those. Actually, like 3 of them. I used to wear them when I had long hair.
Here's the 1-0 pitch coming to Trevor Tripoli out of Hawaii. Again, the right-handed shortstop batting 8th in the order. Here's the delivery, a big hack and a miss on the curveball, 1-1. Curveball dropped below the bat. Lance Myers played for the Alpine Cowboys. He was a player manager when he first joined the Roswell Invaders. So he's seen action here at Joe Ballman Stadium. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Up high, 2 trip, now 2-1 the count.
Not only that, if you look up Pecos League on YouTube, one of the first videos you'll see is a video taken right here of Lance Myers walking to first. It's just the most random video.
Really? Another thing I recommend, look up Roswell Invader fights. And there's about 13 separate videos here at Joe Ballman Stadium as this drops low for a ball, 3-1, all on YouTube.
I mean, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a big fan, dude. I don't even say that facetiously. I'm like actually a fan of that type of baseball.
I wish we played them in the playoffs last year. I wish they somehow beat Tucson. That would have been so fun.
Again, it's a 3-1 count. If you're Rich, you can think with the pitcher coming up as Trevor Tripoli fouls this back 3-2 that you kind of have a walk in hand against Tripp. Again, we've seen pitchers do damage on the year, but if you're thinking strategically through this Cowboy lineup, you're not estimating Maddox Hoagland to be a major threat in the batter's box. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Again, Rich will shake off a pitch. Eye down first base where Izquierdo is standing. Izquierdo off and running on the 3-2 pitch. It misses just inside, ball 4. And the Cowboys have runners at first and second. Again, Hoagland stepping in now. Wow, looks like he's going to bat left-handed, Rowan.
All right, this is interesting. So right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. I don't think I've really seen that before. Usually, I mean, I've seen it before, like where it's the inverse of that. But now you guys see a left-handed batter. Because I've seen like lefties bat righty, which is kind of normal, but not the other way around. Wow.
Yeah, especially for a pitcher, too. Here's the left-handed bat, Maddox Hoagland. Again, right-handed started pitcher, and he rips the ball fouled on the third base line. Kind of barreled that one up, Ron.
Yeah, not bad.
Stepping back in, again, the West Texas A&M graduate was not with West Texas A&M last year when your Sul Ross State University Lobos back in Alpine were in the Lone Star Conference. He was in the Lone Star 2 years ago. Here's the 0-1 pitch, missing well away, 1-1. West Texas A&M, a great athletic department and athletic program. You know, the athletic director at Sul Ross is a West Texas A&M graduate.
Oh, wow.
That's Amanda Workman. She's getting her doctorate degree at West Texas. I think she's tripling up on West Texas A&M degrees.
Really?
Again, Maddox stepping back in. Rich delivers away for a ball. 2-1 the count to Maddox Hoagland, your starting pitcher on the day at about 6'2". Also, the only Alpine Cowboy who has a vehicle here in Roswell. Maybe John Tuttle kind of does with his girlfriend in town. He's got a nice blue truck, Chevrolet. Here's the 2-1. Hoagland rips this foul over on the third base side. Again, just a bit late.
Well, that's because Hoagland drove from Quebec, visited some family in Michigan, and was back on the road trying to meet the team in Garden City.
As he steps back in. At Quebec. Here's the 2-2. Well away, 3-2. I know you've never left the country, Roan.
No, no.
So you've never been to Quebec. I've never been to Quebec. I've never been to Canada.
Have you left the country though?
Yeah.
Let me guess, Mexico.
I've been to more than Mexico for sure.
Oh, really? Greece.
No, I haven't been to Greece. I've been close. I've been to Romania.
Ooh.
Here's
Bucharest?
Yeah, I have been to Bucharest. 3-2, fouled off by Hoagland. Then I went to Transylvania, you know, that famous area. Home of, I saw the birthplace of Vlad the Impaler, who is...
That's an evil man.
Yeah, he's an evil man, and that's who Dracula is based off of. So it's kind of a tourist destination for the evil guy. As the off-speed misses for a ball. Man, this zone has been a bit questionable.
It's been tight, man. It's been tight. It's about an airplane window, but when it's happening for the Cowboys, I guess you'll take it.
One thing I heard, and I'll keep this under a hush tone because I don't want the umpire to hear us today, is that it seems like the zone is where the catcher sets up.
Yes.
And if you hit the spot the catcher sets up, you're getting the calls. If you miss it, you're getting a ball. and that's what we've been hearing from our guys. Here's the delivery to the one spot. Swing, Hunter Damon pops it off of the third baseman, off of his chest, and Hunter Damon gets to first base. Man, what did we talk about yesterday? You put a ball hard on this infield, and you're going to find your way on base at times, and that was a big-time spot for Hunter Damon to get the contact. That's ruled an error, but the run comes in to score. The bases remain loaded. Cowboys up 1-0. Rowan, for Hunter's sake, I wish that there was an error stat, forced error from the at-bat,
Yes.
because Hunter has forced more errors in his week with the team, his 4 starts with the team, than I think anybody has all season. Here's the first pitch. Sean Becker lines it into the glove of the second baseman, and we're headed to the bottom of the second inning. Cowboys up 1-0. We'll be back in a moment.
Skinner's Drilling and Well Service in Alpine is your authorized dealer for Polymark water storage tanks. Skinner's Drilling and Well Service sells and installs rainwater harvesting tanks, vertical and horizontal leg tanks, and more. Any size from 100 gallons to 5,000 gallons or more, Skinner's either has it or they can get it in short order. Phone 837-2497. Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC, Texas license number 2838A1.
Mountain Zone TV is your local internet provider, providing you the lowest prices in the area. At $51 per month, you'll get 50 megabytes download and 5 megabytes upload, brought to you by this local service provider. But the best news is there's no contract. Yes, you won't have to sign your life away to Mountain Zone TV. They're doing business right at Mountain Zone. Call them up at 432-837-2300. Call Mountain Zone today.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid.
And it's Maddox Hoagland on the mound. I got it right that time?
No.
Hoagland. I keep getting it wrong. There's a golfer, Rowan. There's a golfer named Hoagland, and it's just natural. It rolls off the tongue. I think it's a Dutch name. Hoagland. I would think Hoagland is probably pretty similar.
I would write it like in your scorebook like this.
That's Hoagland, Rowan.
No.
He wrote the pronunciation.
Yeah.
What do they call that? The phonetic?
I guess you could say that, yeah.
Phonetic alphabet? I don't know if that's how you say it. Now stepping into the batter's box for the Roswell Invaders here in the bottom of the second inning is Michael Fisk, the right fielder for the Invaders in blue. Cowboys in red today. Red jerseys, red hats, red belts. With the white numbers, the white coming down the side is Hoagland finds the zone for a strike, 0-1. And that big Cowboys 06 letters across the chest. Talking to the players, they say that the jerseys fit really well, Rowan. It's really quality material. As the 0-1 comes, fouled off, count stays at 0-2.
Because we were talking to Hunter last night. We were debating what were the best jerseys in the league. And I said Santa Fe may have the best look, but maybe the worst material. Those turquoise jerseys.
Yeah. You know, the blue jerseys that the Invaders are wearing today, I wore one yesterday during that glow-in-the-dark game as the curveball finds the zone for a strike. Freezes up Michael Fisk. Hoagland has 3 strikeouts, facing 5 batters in the ball game. Again, 1 down here in the bottom of the second. And Mikey Alonso, the second baseman and right-hander, steps in against the right-handed pitcher, left-handed bat, Maddox Hoagland. But, yeah, when I said we wore those for the glow-in-the-dark game yesterday, Rowan, we wore them right off the backs of the Roswell Invaders.
And you forgot what number you wore?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Here's the first pitch. Oh, curveball misses just high, 1-0 to Mikey Alonso. When I said we wore it right off the backs, you could still feel the sweat from the guys before. Here's the 1-0, and that's what the Cops got. the firefighter team, as this is found for a strike 1-1, got the freshly clean green Roswell Invader jersey.
I'm surprised they didn't wear them at all this series.
Yeah, me too. I like the green jerseys for Roswell. We got the alien color in an alien-themed town. This finds his own first strike, 1-2 to Mikey Alonso. Again, there's a UFO at the McDonald's here in Roswell. That play place is shaped like a UFO. There's everything is alien themed.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Finds his own first strike. Fastball freezes up Mikey Alonso. 3 backwards Ks for Hoagland here. He has 4 Ks of the 5 outs he has recorded. Man, Hoagland with an outstanding start. Now, Ioannis Alexandrov. Ron, what do we think he's touching on the radar gun?
Oh, man, I don't know about the fastball. I genuinely couldn't tell you on the fastball what he might be touching. But at the same time, that curveball just so zippy, so loopy. It's so nasty, man.
Low and away for a ball. I bet he's at 91, 92.
That would make sense.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to the Bulgarian from Sofia. It's changeup lifted. High fly ball headed to center field. Brandon Andrews back towards the track. And the ballpark will keep that ball in play as Andrews makes the grab in the out in front of the 383 sign in straightaway center field. 2 down. No, that's the end of the inning. We'll be back in a moment. We're headed to the third. Cowboys up 1-0.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
The Hampton Inn is where you should be staying when you make a trip out to West Texas. If you use your Hilton Honors card, you can be a part of their rewards program and stay at a location that has a complimentary breakfast, a meeting room for business purposes, an outside patio with a great view. They also have a gym, a spa, and an indoor pool at the Hampton Inn at 2607 West Highway 90 here in Alpine. Call 432-837-7344.
Maverick Bank has served as a symbol of strength and dependability in West Texas for over a century. Inspired by the unconventional spirit of Samuel Maverick, Maverick Bank embodies the essence of the term Maverick: bold, independent, and innovative. Like Maverick's refusal to brand his cattle, we challenge conventions in banking, forging our own path with commitment of hard work and authenticity. Welcome to Maverick Bank, where the spirit of Texas shapes the future of banking.
Looks like we're live to me, Rowan, as we're back here in the top of the third, live on YouTube. Yeah, we are. Good to go. Again, we're here in the top of the third. Rich still out for the Roswell Invaders. Carson Kirby, James Procish, and Brandon Andrews due up here. That's 3, 4, and 5. Carson Kirby grounded out by the fielder's choice his first time around. James Procish struck out, and Andrews grounded out as well. The Cowboys got their damage done at the tail end of the order, with Aaron Izquierdo singling with 2 outs, Trevor Tripoli walking, Maddox Hoagland walking, and then Hunter Damon put in the run on the air on the hard hit ball off the chest of the third baseman. Again, Kirby, a new addition to the Cowboys recently, with a big-time batting average, 0 for 1 again on the day, the left-handed bat. You know, we lied. We've got 2 left-handed bats in the lineup today as this misses high and away, 1-0.
Yeah, Hoagland, which I did not expect Max Hoagland to be a left-handed bat, especially considering he's a righty arm. Like, that really threw me off.
As Kirby steps back in. Choked up on the bat right now as he fouls this off on the left side, 1-1.
Obviously, it's not uncommon to be choked up early in the count, but typically you see it more so often when a guy's down to his last strike. They'll take a quick timeout, then they'll choke up, but Kirby going right to it.
And I haven't been paying enough attention to know if Kirby has done that the last few days or if he is focusing on a contact type approach after the woes of the Cowboys early in the series. As he grounds this into the glove of the pitcher, the high chopper, and Rich will race to the first base bag, beating Carson Kirby by a couple of steps. And there's one down here in the top of the third.
That's a 1U in the score sheet. That's crazy.
As Prakash steps in, what do you think? So if we pop out to the pitcher, is that a 1U as well, or is that scored differently?
That would be an F1.
And do you think there's ever in the history of baseball been a 9U or an 8U or a 7U?
Oh, no.
Here's the first pitch to James. I wouldn't say no in the history of baseball, but
How would it be possible, though?
I guess it'd have to be a ground ball.
I could see it being a 9U. The right fielder maybe just like playing super shallow.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0 to James Prakash. A strike found on the outside. I bet Google could show us a video
Here we
of
go.
it. I bet a ball has been hit towards the shortstop, made its way past him just to the right fielder. The right fielder ran it in as the runner running around first thought he could grab an extra bag, and then a race to that second base bag. The right fielder beat him there and tagged him out. That would be a 9U. As this is found for a strike, 1-2 the count to James.
All I'm getting is just 9U baseball, 9 and under when I'm Googling this.
Yeah, well, right fielder unassisted out, I
That's
think is
probably
what we'd
better,
have
yeah.
to do. Here's the 1-2 pitch again to James, the Pecos League veteran. Curveball misses just high, 2-2. He doesn't like those high curveballs today. Again, one hit for both ball clubs. Cowboys with the run that was brought in on the error with the bases loaded after a pair of walks and a hit just in the top of the second. James Prakash trying to get the damage done. Our most recent podcast guest. 2-2, smack to the right side, and James Prakash does so. Again, sending a single out to a shallow right field. The ground ball and the worm burner finds its way out.
This is what I like, though, from the Cowboys, is that they're aggressive early. Lance Myers told these guys, hey, don't wait to get stuff started until the 8th inning. And the Cowboys already, getting a run on the board in the 2nd inning, that's huge because the Cowboys didn't score yesterday until, I believe, the 7th inning.
As Andrew steps in. That kind of comes down to having some team swings early on in the ball game, Ron. That's that home run power. You know, we've seen guys like Tommy Kretzler's. The first pitch misses down low to Andrews. Tommy Kretzler last year was called up because he had that slugging power. Even his fielding percentage was iffy at times. He had a number of errors in the first 2 weeks, but 7 or 8 home runs.
To be fair, he wasn't a second baseman. He just kind of had to play there. He's a left fielder at heart.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off speed loops inside, 2-0 to Andrews. But you know, those scouts like those power numbers, and that'll get you some call-ups. But, again, team success helps out everybody on the team when it comes to finding opportunities at the next level. That's why we saw so many Cowboys move up over the offseason. The 2-0 is a slider low and away. Andrews pops it up towards the first baseman, Ty Murray. He's under it for the grab and the out. 1 down now. No, 2 down here in the top of the 2nd inning. John Tuttle now steps into the batter's box. Prakash is not a stolen base threat.
Yeah, has not stolen the bag all season. And he was telling me yesterday, he was like, what do I need to do, Rowan? Do I need to steal bases to get your approval?
He doesn't think he has your approval.
I guess not.
Here's John Tuttle now. Takes the off speed on the inside for a strike, 0-1. That was that slurve starting well inside. Again, we call it the slurve when it is kind of a curveball that has some glove side run for the right-hander.
Prakash absolutely has my approval, by the way.
Yeah.
I would say, honestly, not only one of the best hitters in this league right now, one of the best hitters in league history. We know that.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1 to John Tuttle. Fastball misses well away. 1-1 the count to JT. Yeah. What do I have to do to get your approval? That's funny, man. JT stepping back in. The Roswell Invader legend They had John Tuttle night here in years past when he was a Roswell Invader, where everybody would come to the ballpark wearing a bandana. John Tuttle, though, swing and a high fly ball headed for left field towards the warning track where Shane Morrow ranges over, has the grab and the out.
That was a good piece.
Yeah. John Tuttle had a home run earlier this year out to left field, but again, that one kept in the ballpark here at Joe Ballman Stadium. It's 1-0 Alpine Cowboys as we head to the bottom of the third. We'll be back in a moment.
Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s. In 1964, Bob opened the first Lowe's Market, a small grocery store in Olton, Texas. Since then, Lowe's has expanded into small and medium-sized towns and cities throughout Texas and New Mexico. When Lowe's makes an investment in a community, they also make a commitment to serve the community with the highest quality and selection, along with fair pricing. Lowe's, your family grocery store.
Do you love to play sports and stay active, but notice your breathing isn't as easy and full as it used to be? Nearly 28 million Americans live with asthma, a condition that worsened for many after a COVID or RSV infection, even 2 full years after getting well. The team at Big Bend Regional Health Clinic helps children and adults achieve better control of asthma and other respiratory problems so they can return to their favorite activities, breathing easier. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit bigbendanytime.com.
At BBT, we're celebrating 65 years of connecting communities across West Texas. And we're committed to using the latest cutting-edge technology to keep you and everyone on your network safe, secure, and seamlessly connected. Because your connection to family, businesses, and community is our priority. Call 800-592-4781 or visit bigbend.com to experience reliable internet from a company committed to West Texas.
Only base runner of the ball game so far for the Roswell Invaders was Ty Murray, who singled his way aboard. Other than that, Hoagland has 4 strikeouts, retiring 1 through 7 outside of the 3 spot. Now Chad Bain, the 8 spot, steps in. He's the third baseman. And Rowan, I've had Chad Bain's number a little bit. I've been calling out his swing, but I mean the 232 average, and again, it looks like he just chops at it.
Yeah, 348 on base. It hasn't been a good look.
I would call him a lumberjack with the axe. Here's the swing, or the pitch from Hoagland. A swing and a miss on the fastball on the inside. 0-1 the count. You know, I think the scouting report could be to attack Bain on the inside. Again, without that rotation to swing on an inside pitch. We'll see if Hoagland goes inside again. No, this time a strike found on the outside. The changeup, 0-2. Tyler Rich is on deck, the pitcher for the Invaders, before the 1 spot comes back around. Here's the 0-2. Fastball freezes up Chad Bain. That's the 4th backwards K of the day for Hoagland. Again, 5 strikeouts already. There's 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd, and 4 of those have freezing up batters as Rich steps in. I mean, you think Hoagland is postseason ready, Rowan?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I want to see Hoagland against the Bills, as this is found for a strike 0-1. But it could be a good idea to hold Hoagland, pitch him again against Roswell when we face him, and let the Bills get their first taste of Hoagland in a playoff series as he delivers another strike at the knees. Quickly the count 0-2 to Tyler Rich.
I get that philosophy, which I'll be completely honest. So I'm against that. I don't like hiding guys.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball finds the zone for strike 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts for Hoagland here in the bottom of the 3rd with 2 down.
Because I usually have a belief in my guy that, hey, even if the batter knows what's coming, they've seen the scouting report or whatever, they're still not going to be able to hit it. Just that confidence.
Here's the first pitch to Bilal. curveball finds the zone for a strike. 0-1 to the one-spot center fielder, the speedy Bilal Whittle, who got aboard a number of times yesterday, came in to score a few times as well as he hammers a fastball towards the shortstop. Trevor Tripley collects, firing across in time, and we're through the bottom of the third very quickly.
Yeah, back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. That was about the closest thing to an immaculate inning as you'll see from Max Hoagland. Man, has he been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, really exciting stuff so far from Maddox. Rowan, we'll keep it right here during this intermission. I'm wearing my Texans hat today, if you can see on YouTube. It's not my Texans hat. I didn't grow up a Texans fan. It was just I was heading out of the radio station. It was about 7 a.m. when we left. Was that right? What time were we?
Yeah.
And I needed a hat. My hair wasn't having a good day, so I just picked up the first hat on the wall by my desk, and it was this Texans hat.
Oh, God, that is rough. So you didn't do it to spite me?
No, but it continues the trend of me wearing division rivals of Rowan's favorite teams.
Yeah, I guarantee he's going to come out wearing the Milwaukee Bucks hat.
I said I was going to have the Friars jersey on, the Providence Friars jersey. That'd be cool. Can you name a Providence Friar in history?
In history? There's an obvious one.
Yeah, there is.
Who? A Providence Friar basketball player? Who was the guy a couple of years ago that was really good?
I'm pulling it up, so I'll have the answer.
Man, I'm a complete casual. Who is it? Who are some guys?
I don't know any of these guys, Ron.
Oh, this is probably the current team.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Chris Dunn, I know that. I know that guy, Chris. I remember him. Austin Crozier, Pacers legend.
I don't know any of these guys, Ron.
Man, not a lot of great NBA talent here.
But the Friars have a good program. But again, if I somehow put out a Friars jersey, that would be the last straw with the Texans hat.
No, Chris Dunn was the name I was thinking of, a guy who was really good for them a couple years ago.
And again, Rowan's favorite NFL team is the Colts. His favorite baseball team is the Dodgers. And the other day I had that
Padres
shirt on. Our home plate umpire today is a big Padres fan. He was, before the game, he was telling me, hey, the Padres did really well here. And I was like, cool, man.
Yeah, cool.
This misses high and away to Aaron Izquierdo.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about Jackson Merrill struggling. His first home run in like 2 months. Which he's not a power guy to begin with, but still, it's been a sophomore slump for him.
As Izquierdo steps back in. 1-0 pitch. Strike found on the outside now. 1-1 to the 7-spot Aaron. Again, he singled with 2 outs to start that rally that scored the lone run of the ball game in the top of the second. But gets the leadoff at bat here in the top of the 4th. We're flying through things out here in Roswell as this misses low and away. Rich is having a kind of bounce-back outing. We mentioned before the game that Rich's last appearance, he had 13 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings out in Tucson. Again, we're eyeing the ball game, which hasn't started yet, between the Tucson Saguaros and Pecos Bills. As the 2-1 comes to Izquierdo, just away, ball 3.
Which the Pecos Bills losing in what ended up being a tight game against Tucson last night really saved the Cowboys.
Yeah. Because, I mean, right now, I think, as we mentioned, Tucson a little bit out of reach. We really need to host against the Bills in round 1 of the playoffs. 3-1, down and away, ball 4. Aaron Izquierdo walks his way aboard. Again, Rich has about a 1 walk per inning average on the year. Gives up 2 hits per inning, but the leadoff walk to Aaron Izquierdo is a big opportunity. Now Trevor Tripley steps in.
I have no doubt in my mind, though, even if we do have to go to Pecos for the playoffs, that our wonderful fans will make the trip. Some of them, at least. Not all of them, but you want to have a packed house, Coconut Field, the best environment in all of baseball. That's what you want.
Now Trevor Tripley. Again, batting 8th in the order. Walked his way aboard last time before Hoagland got the walk as this misses inside. 1-0. What is going on out in right field? Right fielder was doing some bunny hops looking back towards the wall.
It's weird. Michael Fisk, what are you doing, my guy?
Here's the 1-0 again to Trevor Tripley out of Hawaii. The Central Washington graduate takes it well high and inside, 2-0. You know, the Walks haven't done much damage thus far, with the Cowboys only scoring 1 run in the ball game. But Rich has walked 4 batters, as there's nobody out in the top of the 4th. And I think the damage will come eventually.
You hope.
Here's the 2-0. Well high, ball 3 to Trevor Tripoli. Hoagland on deck also walked his way aboard. The big right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, who probably hasn't batted in a long time. Trevor Tripoli now the 3-0, taken for a strike on the outside, 3-1.
That was a good recovery by Rich. That's why I always say in these 3-0s, easier said than done to throw a strike. Obviously, Tripoli's not going to have the go sign, but just to locate something. You know, especially you're already in your head in the 3-0 count. To find the strike zone, it's not easy.
Here's that 3-1 pitch to Trip. Strike called on the outside, now 3-2. We talked about the airplane window kind of zone, but it's still being called on the outside as it has the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's inconsistent today, I'll say.
Yeah. It's his 3rd day in a row calling balls and strikes behind the plate, though.
He wasn't happy about his performance yesterday, too.
Here's the 3-2. Again, Rich, a deep breath on the mound for the Roswell Invaders in their blue jerseys with green numbers, green accents, and the green Roswell logo across the chest as he delivers. Off speed down low, Trevor Tripoli a swing and a miss. And he's retired on strikes. Now Maddox Hoagland. Again, the West Texas A&M graduate. Where's he from originally, Rowan?
Oh, Maddox?
Yeah.
From Cadillac, Michigan.
So Cadillac, Michigan, to Canyon, Texas, and West Texas A&M, up to Quebec, Canada. Quebec, I think, is in Ontario. This miss is just away 1-0. I could be wrong about that.
I think it's Montreal.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely right about that.
No, I think Montreal's in Quebec.
Okay.
Yes.
I think you're right. Does he speak any French?
I'll have to ask him.
Here's the 1-0. And Hoagland lifts this foul, but deep into left field in the corner. Foul territory. You know, we talk about it tapering off into the corners in Garden City and in Alpine. Here it opens up into the corner, so there's more foul territory in that right field and left field corner than there is here close to the first and third base bags where the dugouts are situated. Roswell home dugout is on the third base side, or first base side. This misses for a ball, 2-1, as Ioannis gets on his feet, eyeing down Izquierdo over at first base. So the same situation that we had back in Coconut Field as the Cowboy dugout, the home dugouts on the first base side. Visiting dugouts on the third base side. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hoagland fouls this back now 2-2.
Yeah, Tucson, they have it flip-flopped for some weird reason. I remember that.
Yeah. And it's just preference, man, whatever ballpark you show up to. Do we know where the Dodgers are situated?
They're situated on the left side.
They're on the third base?
Oh, on the third base side, yes.
Wow. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hoagland grounds this up the middle. Shortstop Laird flips to the second baseman who comes in and grabs on the second base bag. That was a nice athletic connection between, again, Sloan Laird and Mikey Alonso as Mikey raced to beat Aaron Izquierdo to second base. The fielder's choice gets the lead runner. There's 2 down, and the 1 spot comes back around. Mississippi State baseball is the same way. Their home dugout is on the third base side. How are the bullpens at Dodger Stadium?
At Dodger Stadium? Oh, yeah, I think they also have it. It's kind of like Keno, where they have them off on the left side. And it's like in a corner, too, which is weird.
And they're both tucked away?
Yeah, both tucked away in a corner.
Here's the first pitch to Hunter Damon in that leadoff spot for the first time. He takes an off-speed for a strike. 0-1. Damon is 0 for 1 in the game, reaching on an error that scored the only run of the ball game thus far. Again, there's 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Runner on first base is Maddox Hoagland. And Hunter loops a ball, heading for right field towards the track and the wall, and a diving grab made by the right fielder for Roswell. That's Michael Fisk, who ranged back towards the warning track and made an over-the-shoulder grab. One of the deepest balls we've seen Hunter hit all year. Again, the contact-type swing. They say it's a Japanese-style swing for Hunter Damon, but a nice play made by the right fielder. And we strand one base runner in the top of the fourth, out hitting the Invaders 2-1 right now in a ball game that is flying by. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth here in Roswell on Big Bend Radio.
If you're looking for the best in TVs or the best in TV service, then you're looking for Big Canyon TV. Our dedicated local staff is here for all your TV needs. We offer smart Samsung TVs as well as Dish Network service, so you'll never have a dull moment at home again. DirecTV customers and former cable customers, what are you waiting for? Stop by or call to see what we can do for you. Big Canyon TV, 837-7484, or stop by our office at 610 North 5th in Alpine.
It's time for this month's Napa savings. Save 14% on Chevron Dello 400XLE 15W30 motor oil, 1 gallon for $18.99. Pick up some Mobile Delvac heavy-duty motor oil, starting at $17.99 a gallon. Napa Premium Performance Conventional Motor Oil available for just $16.99 each. For only $209.99, you can get a Milwaukee M12 Fuel Stub Impact Rinse Kit. Buy a Milwaukee M18 Red Lithium XC 5.0 Resistant Battery 2-pack for only $229 each, a savings of 23%. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes a policy for his bikes or his home, does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
We're back here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, Maddox Hoagland on the mound. His first appearance as an Alpine Cowboy, and he is tossing a gem thus far. Only one base runner, Ty Murray, the 3 spot, singled his way aboard in the first. He is in the on-deck circle right now with a sledgehammer in his hand. Sloan Laird in the batter's box. Sloan, the Oklahoma Christian Eagle, had a great series thus far against your Cowboys. As Sloan steps in, again, the lefty against Maddox. Maddox delivers, and Sloan swings at the first pitch, sending it out to shallow center field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Sloan.
Sloan Laird, man, he is really seeing stuff so well over the past couple of weeks. Now he's got his average up to 360. It's been very impressive watching him play.
Man, I didn't realize on the YouTube side of things, I think I have to click on this window in order to get it to update. So that's good.
What inning were we in before?
It was showing, I think, the top of the third a moment ago because I hadn't clicked on it in a while. Here's the first pitch, and a hard, fair ball sent down the first base line by Ty Murray. That's headed for the corner. Should be extra bases. Laird heading to the third base bag where he gets the stop sign as our right fielder on the day. Carson Kirby gets on it. Again, that one just tucked in inside of that first base bag, and Roswell has the go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out. Sloan Laird again at third base. And Roswell here with their second and third base hit of the ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Now Shane Morrill, the 4 spot cleanup batter. The 4, 5, and 6 holes for the Roswell Invaders all struck out most recently, and they're only at bat of the ball game thus far as John Tuttle comes out to have a conversation with Maddox Hoagland. I thought Maddox was like 6'2", 6'3", but maybe Tuttle is standing above him on the bump right now.
I think that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Because he's certainly taller than Tuttle.
And Tuttle will return to position. Big spot now for Maddox. Against, a Roswell Invader team that's 2-0 against us here in this series. We're 6-0 heading into this 3-game set against the Invaders. We're also undefeated against Santa Fe. And our record is a losing record against both Tucson and Pecos individually, as this misses high and inside 1-0 to Shane. Again, Shane, the left fielder for the Roswell Invaders. One of those guys who was really candid with us with a conversation about situation here yesterday. As the fastball misses low and away, now 2-0.
Which, again, Roswell, if they can pull off the clean sweep over Alpine, all of a sudden the morale is going to go way up. It already has. These guys are just having fun, honestly. They know they're not going to make the playoffs. They're just having fun. They're smiling. They're laughing.
Yeah, no pressure. Nothing to lose baseball as this misses low and away on the fastball. 3-0 the count to the 4th spot, Shane Morrow.
Which I think, in a sense, makes him even scarier.
Yeah. I agree, man. You got nothing to lose. Cowboys kind of in a situation. No, honestly, we do have something to lose. We're trying to host against the Pecos Bills. Here's the 3-0 pitch, fouled off by Morrow. Had the green light on the 3-0 count with 2 in scoring position.
Yeah,
I like that call.
Yeah, the Cowboys are in a situation where they have a lot to lose and a lot to gain as well, which is home field advantage at the end of the day in the postseason against Pecos.
Looking around the league, the ballgame we really care about has not started yet as the Tucson Saguaros host the Pecos Bills in the rubber match of the 3-game series. Just the 3-1, misses high, ball 4.
That's his first walk of the day, which amazes me.
The bases are loaded, however. And Michael Fisk, the 5 spot. The reason why I said I like the green light on the 3-0 pitch with 2 in scoring position is because 5, 6, and 7 have really struggled on the year for the Roswell Invaders.
Oh, they have. But at the same time, in this series, Michael Fisk and Mikey Alonso, who's due up, they've had their moments where they've brought in runs, and they've been very productive hitters for the Invaders.
Again, this series has felt like opposite day as this curveball finds the zone for a strike, low and inside, 0-1.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah. And Rowan, that might be the McDonald's you had for lunch.
Yeah, I had it with Dietrich and Ronan. Got some McDonald's at that Roswell, though, the one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, with the UFO. We're situated real close to it. Curveball now fouled off on the left side, 0-2 to Michael Fisk. We're over by NIMI, New Mexico Military Institute. We're on that side of town. That's a nice high school and a nice college in the area. There's 3 high schools in Roswell. There's NIMI, there's Roswell High, and there's a high school called University. And that's like the school for bad kids.
For bad kids.
Here's the 0-2 that misses up high. Now 1-2 the count to
really?
Michael Fisk.
So there's a lot more.
Oh, okay. That's just the info I got from the guys who are hanging out in the McDonald's parking lot at 1 a.m. yesterday. So that's not exactly great info. Here's the pitch to Michael Fisk. Off speed, grounded on the left side. Trevor Tripley flips to second base. The exchange and throw to first pops out of the hand of Kyle. Wait, who's at second?
Sean Becker.
That's Sean Becker. Again, he dropped it on the exchange. Cowboys get the runner at second base by the fielder's choice, but one comes in to score, and Roswell has evened up the game here in the bottom of the 4th. Hey, shout out to those guys in the McDonald's parking lot, though. They wouldn't let me go inside, and I couldn't walk through the drive-thru, so they put me in their vehicle and let me drive through the drive-thru with them.
That's sketchy.
Nah, it was cool. There was an AR-15 at my feet.
Really?
Really there was. So, like, sorry, man, there's an AR-15 right there. I'm like, all right, I won't touch it. Now it's Mikey Alonso. There were some FFA kids from New Mexico State back in town for the summer. Here's the delivery. Fouled straight back by Mikey Alonso. Again, he's 0 for 1, striking out looking. No strikeouts the second time through the order for Maddox. Great pitcher name.
Oh, yeah, Greg Maddox, Max Hoagland.
Maddox. The kick and pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now to Mikey Alonso. Again, runners at the corners. 1 down. Roswell just tied it up a moment ago with the fielder's choice that got the runner at second base. Green bases are out today as well for the Invaders. They spray paint those green bases here. We had white bases the last 2 days, but we kept the green bases from that cosmic baseball game that they played last night as we get a swing and a miss. High changeup. Mikey Alonso swings and misses. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. And that is strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Maddox here in the bottom of the 4th. That was a big one as Ioannis Alexandrov steps in. We mentioned Ioannis' struggles in that Dominican league, or the, what do they call that league, Rowan?
I guess it is a complex league, but it plays for they call him the Dominican Cubs, even though he's not from the Dominican, just like in that system overall.
Yeah. Again, from Bulgaria, the right-hander against Maddox. First pitch. Fastball misses high, 1-0. On deck is Chad Bain, then Tyler Rich, so 7, 8, and 9 right now. But again, with runners at the corners, 2 outs, Maddox trying to preserve the lead as the Roswell Invaders loaded the bases with nobody out. And a 1-0 lead as the curveball finds the zone on the inside, 1-1. He freezes up so many guys, man. It feels like, I mean, we just have him on skates right now.
I know. It's really fun to watch. Like, that curveball is up there with Armando Ceballos as some of my favorite that I've seen.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Maddox. A swing and a miss on the changeup on the outside. 1-2. Ioannis with a big hack there. Again, that looked like that flat swing plane that we talk about with Hunter Damon in the Japanese type swing, where they go for contact like Ichiro Suzuki. Here's the 1-2 to Ioannis. It makes sense for an Eastern European player to do it, as he smacks a ball up the middle to center field, where Brendan Andrews will collect. But a one-hopper headed his way, a single for Ioannis, and the Invaders lead 2-1. Now Chad Bain. You just can't let the momentum die here. Again, it's been a good ball game thus far, but after 2 days of this, Rowan, it's only a one-run game. But I mean, like we said, we're in the third round of a boxing match, and we have been knocked around for the first 2. First pitch finds the zone on the outside for a strike. 0-1 the count to Chad Bain of the Roswell Invaders. Sun has started to set here at Joe Ballman Stadium. We've got a blue ambient sky as Chad takes an ugly swing and miss, 0-2. I'm just bullying Chad at this point. I need to chill out.
I saw him at Denny's a few weeks ago. He was with his family. I was with a few of the boys, and we just let them be.
Yeah. The lights have cut on now at Joe Ballman. 0-2, curveball, a swing and a miss. Chad just trying to protect the plate late with a defensive type swing, missed the ball, and Maddox gets the strikeout. Again, that's his 8th of the ball game. The bases were loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. 2 runs come in to score for Roswell. Again, they lead 2-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. We'll return in a moment here on YouTube and on Big Ben Radio.
Next time you're shopping for a lawnmower or weed trimmer, here's something to think about. At your locally owned Morrison True Value Gardens, they'll fully assemble and fire up that mower or weed trimmer right there in the store for you, and this is done at no extra charge. Same thing with generators. They'll make sure it's working like it should before it ever leaves the store. Old-fashioned personal service. That's the way they still do business at your C.G. Morrison family of stores.
Alpine 06 Cowboys fans, this one's for you. Alpine Memorial Funeral Home is proud to support our local baseball team. Just like every game counts, every moment with family matters. We're here to provide caring support when you need it most. Call us at 432-837-2222 or visit alpinememorialfuneralhome.com, because we're always here for our community, on and off the field.
Maverick Bank has served as a symbol of strength and dependability in West Texas for over a century. Inspired by the unconventional spirit of Samuel Maverick, Maverick Bank embodies the essence of the term Maverick: bold, independent, and innovative. Like Maverick's refusal to brand his cattle, we challenge conventions in banking, forging our own path with commitment of hard work and authenticity. Welcome to Maverick Bank, where the spirit of Texas shapes the future of banking.
Again, top of the 5th. Cowboys trailing 2-1 right now. Tyler Rich out on the mound for the Roswell Invaders. Tyler Rich coming in today has, again, only given up 1 run thus far in today's ball game. But coming into today, Tyler Rich had a, let's see here, a 15 ERA.
That's why I said I don't think this is a matter of the Roswell Roswell pitchers being great, which I'll give credit to Ira Clifton and her song called Azilla. These are great arms, but this guy is just not. I think this is a matter of the Cowboys struggling. Being out hit 4-2, especially halfway through the game, it's unacceptable.
Yeah. I mean, Ron, I agree with you, and I don't know what it is. I mean, being around the guys, it doesn't feel like anything is particularly off as this misses well inside, 1-0.
I don't think it's a lack of hunger either. Those guys were really upset after the last 2 games, and they seemed hungry today. It's something I think that's beyond what we would know.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Sean Becker. Strike called on the outside, 1-1. You know, Rowan, in a movie, you know what would happen at this moment in time? A big old montage. It's time for a big old cowboy montage, man. I don't know what it is, but you know what I mean? The big turnaround montage.
I get what you're getting. I kind of see what you're getting at.
Here's the 1-1 in on the hands. Becker fouls it back. Count goes to 1-2. What could cause a montage? I don't know. Maybe it'd help us if the bus broke down on the Texas New Mexico border at 3 a.m. today.
Are you talking about like a montage of like just us being successful?
Yeah, well, no, like one of those montage where you go through a grind, man, like a Rocky workout montage.
Oh, I see.
Run around Philadelphia or something. I don't know how you make that happen. Yeah. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses up high, now 2-2. But in the hero's journey, this should be, what's that phase of the hero's journey? Right before the climax.
They taught me this in college.
Yeah.
I forgot. Because C's get degrees.
The cave, the struggle, it's something along those lines where it's your lowest point right before the high point.
Is it the low point? Rock bottom? Something like that.
Hopefully not. Oh, yeah, rock bottom. I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Becker. Fouled off on the right side. Now, I'm sorry, that was a 2-2 pitch. Now I count 2-2. I mean, it'd be funny for somebody who has just started to, or they're just tuning into this season. A guy who just tuned in and us talking about that at this point. Like, that's how things kind of feel right now. Again, Cowboys just north of 500. Here's the 2-2 pitch, well away for a ball, now 3-2. But this is a team that has a lot of historical success, a lot of high expectations every time they put on the Cowboy uniforms, because we do. We provide the best amenities in the Pecos League, the best living experience, the best fan experience, and we expect the product on the field to mirror that. Here's the 3-2 pitch again to Sean Becker. In on the hands, popped up, and a fair ball on the first base side where Ty Murray bobbled it around for a moment. That one had English, again, just inside the first base bag, and then spun off outside the foul line after it got past the first base bag, and then Murray bobbled it about for a moment. But again, he picked it up as his foot was on the first base bag, and Sean Becker is retired. Now Sloan Laird. Carson Kirby is 0 for 2 in the game. And we're coming off such a high out in Garden City. Here's the first pitch to Carson Kirby. Misses for a ball, 1-0.
I think maybe it's just a matter of overlooking these guys.
Yeah.
You see the record, and you think, oh, that's easy money, man. That's a layup. But it never is.
Yeah, we said before the series, we said it's not going to be a layup, but it's going to be like a 7-foot jumper. As this is grounded towards the second baseman, he'll collect and send across in time to retire Carson Kirby. And it's turned out to be about, I mean, a fadeaway jumper for 3 with the playoff game on the line, man. It's
That's
been
what it
tough.
seems like.
It's crazy. James Prakash, 1 for 2 in the game. Again, with 2 down here in the top of the 5th, Roswell leads 2-1. Tyler Rich doesn't have an earned run on the day either, with the error scoring the run with the bases loaded. I mean, what is his ERA going to be following this? It's probably going to drop 3 points. Yeah, that's what my estimate was too. Here's the pitch down low, 1-0.
Well, it's not too late. I mean, we're halfway through the outing. Sure, he's maybe towards the tail end. He's walked 4 guys, which is what really upsets me, is that, you can't capitalize on those mistakes.
Here's the 1-0, found for a strike on the outside, now 1-1. That's another thing we talk to these guys about, is trying to get the offense going early in the ball game, because once the sun sets here, it's so tough to see the breaking stuff. So trailing as the sun starts to set again. It's a blue sky. Sun is past the horizon as James grounds this on the left side. Shortstop backs up. Laird fires across the diamond and dug up out of the dirt on the 1 hopper by Ty Murray. Laird also is a right-handed infielder, so he plays the infield with his right hand but bats lefty as he retires James Prakash. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 5th. We'll be back in a moment as I hand off play-by-play to Rowan Elbert. Mountain Zone TV is your local internet provider, providing you the lowest prices in the area. At $51 per month, you'll get 50 megabytes download and 5 megabytes upload, brought to you by this local service provider. But the best news is there's no contract. Yes, you won't have to sign your life away to Mountain Zone TV. They're doing business right at Mountain Zone. Call them up at 432-837-2300. Call Mountain Zone today.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid. Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you, even loaded up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Welcome back. Alpine Cowboy baseball in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 2-1 Invader lead. They look to extend it here as it's 9-1-2 due up for Roswell going up against Maddox Hoagland. The first pitch. Bunt shown right side and foul from the pitcher, Tyler Rich. He struck out looking his last time around. Maddox Hoagland overall, a solid day on the bump for the Cowboys. Gave up 2 runs in the 4th. But still, I mean, for his first professional start, you got to be impressed.
Yeah, really impressed from Maddox.
0-1 is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's only walked 1 batter so far today in this bottom of the 5th inning.
Hey, and shout out to Ronan's mom in chat, Ronan Tachibana. She shouted out the part of the hero's journey, the ordeal, is what we were talking about.
1-1, a big swing and a miss on an outside pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's 8 strikeouts today for Maddox Hoagland. Again, very high number. It's been great for him. The kick and pitch goes away on a changeup, 2-2.
But that's the thing about baseball, Ron, is, you know, not every story in baseball has a fairy tale ending.
That's the unfortunate truth,
it's
yes.
Not the hero's journey, and it could just be a dull moment.
2-2, high bouncer up the gut. Shortstop Tripley throwing the run. The first, they got him. Man, Trevor Tripley right in front of the second base bag. Made a throw on the run to get the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Forgot I threw that pen. Bilal Whittle now, right-handed batter, steps in. Whittle is 0 for 2 on the day. Yesterday, he had 3 walks. He was walked 3 times. Righty on righty, the first pitch from Hoagland. Curveball hangs high and in at the letters, 1-0. Whittle was supposed to join the team last week for the Tucson series, had a flight canceled, so it was delayed for the first game of the Alpine series, 1-0. Fastball downstairs in the dirt.
And I go back to Hoagland's curveball, man. It's immediately recognizable. There's no confusing that with anything else in his repertoire.
Oh, for sure. It's so loopy. That's the word I've been using all night for it. The next pitch, outside, dotted up for a strike, goes back to it. It's 1-1 now on Bilal Whittle, or 2-1, I should say. They don't have it right. Kick and pitch. Curveball downstairs, just misses. A 3-1 count to Bilal Whittle with 1 out, nobody on base here in the bottom of the 5th. A 2-1 Invader lead.
Somebody needs to get some electrolytes rolling.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all over the place. That's a strike all day.
3-1 offering. Big swing and a miss downstairs. Bit on the downstairs breaking ball to make it a full count. Whittle, the former Pecos Bill, very speedy. Payoff to him. Swing and a miss. Good recovery that time by Hoagland to get his 9th strikeout here in the bottom of the 5th as the Cowboys still trail by 1.
9 Ks is wild, Rowan.
And we're in the halfway point of this game. That's insane.
Yeah.
Now you go to Sloan Laird. This is a guy that has been seeing everything. The left-handed batter who's 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch from the righty's arm. Goes with a changeup that misses on the belt line, 1-0. Sloan Laird going into this game with a 449 on base. Has to be above 500 in the last 2 weeks, however, as the 1-0 is in on the hands. Chopper, first base line. Is it fair or foul? They say fair. Has first base, goes tucked in the corner. A 2-out double for Sloan Laird. Man, there's no stopping him.
Yeah. Wow. He was just added to the All-Star list, too, wasn't he?
Yes, that was just hours ago.
Yeah.
So now the Roswell Invaders, I guess, technically have 3. I mean, all in all, total 4. But Michael Perez is no longer with the team. We don't know Najee King's future. It's not looking good. So as of right now, a confirmed 2 will be making the trip to Garden City. As now Ty Murray, a right-handed batter, steps in the box. The runner on second and 2 outs.
And again, as we mentioned before, that's with our guys not making the trip.
Yeah, that allows more room in the game. First pitch. Downstairs 1-0. Last year, I remember on the Mountain North side, the entire Blackwell Flycatchers team, or not the entire team, a couple of guys for some reason, but most of them didn't come. Yeah. So they were replaced by a bunch of random Austin weirdos. Their traveling team might as well show up. 1-0 curveball, swing and a miss.
And, you know, I thought the traveling team was something unique to the Pecos League, but we've heard about traveling teams in the Frontier League as well.
Yes, and you see it. You saw it in the American Association. They were a Pecos League team, too, the Salina Stockade.
Wow.
1-1 from Hoagland. A deep breath, a glance at second, and a delivery. Goes curveball, loops in for a strike. beautiful that time from Maddox Hoagland. Wearing the number 64, last worn by A.J. Folds last season for the Cowboys. Hoagland getting his signs from Tuttle. 1-2 kick and pitch. Extended on the outside, a blooper towards the line. Just drops fair. That is insane. Laird comes in to score. The way they let it drop made you think that it was a foul ball, but a Texas Leaguer results in a 3-1 Roswell lead.
It's that twilight hour. The sky, this is that perfect time for the ball to get lost on the sky. And Carson Kirby, I think he lost it, Rowan, because he was off and running, but then kind of slowed down his jump towards the tail end of things. And with 2 outs, Laird was off and running with no sign of stopping and, again, came in to score easily.
Now you go to Shane Morrow. Right-handed batter, Murray on first with 2 gone. Murray, a stolen base threat for Roswell, 21 on the year. As the first pitch curveball is fouled off on the right side. Morrow out of Washburn, a D2 school, where he batted .278 in 2024. That was right before making the trip out to Roswell for his first professional season last year. The only returner. Deep breath and an 0-1 pitch on the way from Hoagland. A fastball upstairs just below the letters, 1-1.
And we're being out hit 6-2 right now. And 5 of those 6 hits have come from the 2 and 3 spot in this Roswell order.
Exactly. Sloan Laird and Ty Murray really seeing it well tonight. 1-1. Curveball. Not much he could do there. He lays off of it as it's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes with Ty Murray on first base, 2 gone. Maddox Hoagland looking for what would be a big out here. Has 9 strikeouts on the day. Side eyes at first. His 1-2 delivery on the way. Curveball, unable to get him looking, just misses downstairs.
And, where it crosses the plate is going to be a little bit higher than where it finds the glove of John Tuttle. And it found the glove at the knees. And, it makes me think it crossed the plate in the zone.
2-2. And on the hands, a chopper to the shortstop, Tripoli. Throw on his back foot to first, and he's safe. Wow. The throw led Izquierdo off of the bag. Lance Myers will have a word about this. Will be very tough to overturn, just considering the fact we're not in Garden City. We don't have video review. But, man, Izquierdo was doing the splits almost off to the left, trying to get a hold of that ball. Couldn't get it.
Yeah, it looked to me like he stayed on the bag. You said that too. Izquierdo thought so. He pointed towards that first base bag. Our only hope, our saving grace, would be the home plate umpire, but he's going to say and confirm with the umpire in the infield that it's a safe call.
So an infield single for Shane Morrow. That's what it goes down as. It's a 3-1 Invader lead in the bottom of the 5th. Cowboys looking to avoid the sweep as Michael Fisk, right-handed batter, steps in. Fisk, all in all today, is 0 for 2. Now Jesus Rosario coming out to talk to Maddox Hoagland, pitching coach for the Cowboys. The entire infield will meet with them. Michael Fisk, also the last time around, had that fielder's choice that brought in a run.
And they still haven't started out in Tucson.
That's crazy, yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Maybe there's weather. I wouldn't put that past Tucson.
They were supposed to start 11 minutes ago. I could see it just being a delay on Point Streak. But isn't that wild that when we're out in Tucson, that's when we're starting? We would be starting right now.
That is pretty crazy to think about. And what time is it right now in Alpine?
It's 9 o'clock in Alpine, which is 7 o'clock local time in Tucson.
Man.
And we start all those games at 7 because of the heat. So, it's just it's ridiculous how late we start out there.
Home plate umpire will break up the meeting between Hoagland, Rosario, and the entire Cowboy infield. Looking to get a big-time second out here on Michael Fisk, right fielder today for the Invaders. Was their shortstop to start the season, but they moved things around in the infield. They eventually figured out that Sloan Laird is their guy at that position. Haven't looked back since. Now Fisk in the box. Right-handed batter. Runners on first and second for the Invaders. A 3-1 Cowboy deficit. Hoagland getting his signs from Tuttle. And a first pitch delivery. Curveball, swing and a miss. As it's an 0-1 count now to Michael Fisk out of Concordia, Austin. A .220 average, .295 on base. Has 19 RBIs with the runner on second now. 0-1. Curveball fouled down.
And I know we've been a little negative here, but we've also been very adamant about saying that Maddox is having a good day right now. And I just wanted to reemphasize that.
Yes.
This is a good outing right now for Maddox.
Yeah, 9 strikeouts. You'll never complain about that.
Yeah. And just 3 earned runs.
0-2 the count. Runners on first and second for the Invaders. Hoagland. Double takes, pitch. In the dirt, gets away from Tuttle all the way to the backstop. He lost it. Ty Murray thought about home, but he stays right there in his tracks. So it's a 1-2 count. Now 2 in scoring position. The Invaders threatening. They hold a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, nice fundamental base running from Ty Murray as the catcher's looking for the ball, looks a bit lost. He took that big round around the third base bag, ready to pounce at home plate if he had the opportunity. But again, you take that big round around the bag whenever you think that there's a chance the catcher wouldn't get on it in time to give yourself that chance at coming for home if it's there.
Hoagland still ahead, though, in the 1-2. The pitch. And on the hands, foul ball left side.
But now with that pass ball, we're one swing away from this thing being broken wide open.
Exactly. At about the halfway point in the bottom of the 5th, Roswell leading by 2. Very close game so far. Hoagland, his 1-2. Elevated into center field. Brandon Andrews, he's under it, makes the catch for the 3rd out. Sends us to the top of the 6th inning. Cowboys still trail 3-1, but we'll be right back.
It's time for this month's Napa savings. Save 14% on Chevron Dello 400 XLE 15W30 motor oil, 1 gallon for $18.99. Pick up some Mobile Delvac heavy duty motor oil, starting at $17.99 a gallon. Napa Premium Performance Conventional Motor Oil available for just $16.99 each. For only $209.99, you can get a Milwaukee M12 Fuel Stub Impact Rent Kit. Buy a Milwaukee M18 Red Lithium XC 5.0 resistant battery 2-pack for only $229 each, a savings of 23%. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine.
Napa know-how.
Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you, even loaded up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
It's the top of the 6th inning, a 3-1 Invader lead. Cowboys being out hit 7-2. Tyler Rich having a phenomenal day on the mound for the Invaders. Going into this game with a 15 ERA. He has righted the wrong so far. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 for Alpine, starting with Brandon Andrews. But here's a jarring stat. The Cowboys, in a high-powered Pecos league when it comes to offense, have scored double-digit runs twice since June 21st.
Wow. In a ball game?
Yeah, in a ball game.
Wow. That's
the last time was 4th of July in a 12-11 loss to the Pecos Bills as righty Andrews steps into the box.
I'm more impressed that you had that stat off the dome, Rowan.
Had to look a little.
Okay.
I'm not that good. Rich, first pitch. Slider at the knees, 1-0. That was also that June 21st game. That was a 25-14 Cowboy win over the Santa Fe Fuego, the team that is behind the Cowboys in the Mountain South Division, but at this point, not really close to catching up to them. 1-0 offering. Goes slider, goes down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Brandon Andrews.
When we talk about Rich on the mound, again, we heard he was on short rest coming in today, pitching most recently on the 7th.
Yep, July 7th against Tucson, where he gave up 13 earned runs.
And we've seen just 2 arms out of the bullpen. Mike Martinez has pitched the last 2 days for the Invaders.
1-1 fastball at the neck level, 2-1.
We don't really know how many options they can trust out of the bullpen with a close ball game. So it'll be interesting to see who they trot out and how deep they go with Rich here.
The sun has set here in Roswell, New Mexico. The wind is dead still. And a 2-1 pitch. Well on the inside, misses below the belt line as well. 3 balls and 1 strike to Brandon Andrews. Tyler Rich so far today has walked 4 batters for the Invaders, but the Cowboys yet to capitalize as they still trail 3-1. Their 1 run came in the 2nd inning. 3-1. Up high, a leadoff walk, the 5th on the day for Rich. Brandon Andrews, a free pass to first.
And we really haven't been able to take advantage of the 5 walks with just 2 hits in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Again, we always talk about how that makes so much of a difference. The free passes that you don't really see often, or you hope not to see often from a pitcher, to take advantage of as many of those as you can.
Ron, I'm awfully whiny today. You can kick me if I start whining some more.
Righty John Tuttle steps in the box. It might be me too, honestly. 0 for 2 on the day, but a 273 average on the season, 429 on base. First pitch. Shows bunt. It's a strike right on the bottom half of the zone. 0-1. Cowboys looking with nobody out and the runner on first. Andrews pretty speedy. Lance Myers looking to lay down some small ball.
What did you say that average was for Tuttle, Ron?
273. But hey, a 429 on base. Again, Tuttle very good of just being a disciplined hitter. I've always noticed that. Here is the 0-1 to John Tuttle. Another bunt shown. Here's a throw. Andrews to second base. He is well safe. Throw was in time from Alexandrov. Tuttle's down now.
That was the hit and run or the sack bunt on. I mean, Tuttle's job there was to bunt that regardless. Again, that one was low and away. And you saw Tuttle trying to chase after it with the bat going almost across the plate to get there. So he may have made contact with Ioannis as Ioannis sent the throw to second base with his right hand.
And you hope he's all right. Just wiping some dust off of his pants, talking to his longtime skipper and Lance Myers. These two quite the history. 2021 was John Tuttle's first season playing for Lance Myers. He's played for Lance in every single season since then. Kind of crazy to think about. I mean, the loyalty and the trust certainly there. I mean, hey, John Tuttle even helped Lance Myers with the lineup card today.
You made his nickname the quarterback last year. It's like Bill Belichick and Tom Brady out there.
I would agree, honestly, just because he's such a great vocal leader. Some guys lead by example, and Tuttle does at times, but I would say he is a vocal leader on this squad. 0-2, chop foul on the left side.
And Lance is way more likable than Bill Belichick, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Bill Belichick, no comment. As Andrews is at second base. Nobody out in the top of the 6th. You at least have to respect the guy.
Yeah.
I respect winners for sure.
All-time great.
0-2 to Tuttle. A slider hit the middle, right into the glove of the pitcher, Rich. And that's the first out. He's going to run it out to first anyway, which, hey, that's respect.
That's a leader.
That's a leader right there. Even though there was no chance as it went right into the glove, he's still going to run it out.
He tried to check his swing, too. He just lined out on a check swing. But it was close to the zone.
Now you go to Aaron Izquierdo. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Right-handed batter with Andrews at second base. 1 gone in the top of the 6th. Cowboys trail by 2. Tyler Rich steps back onto the mound. A couple of great plays with the glove for the pitcher today in Rich.
Yeah. What I call him the other day, a pitcher, Nikolai Habibolin.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That's a hockey goalkeeper.
Oh, yeah. First pitch to Izquierdo. Deep breath and an offering. Slider away for a strike. 0-1 on Aaron Izquierdo. On deck for the Cowboys, it's Trevor Tripoli, and the hole will be Maddox Hoagland. You would assume they go to him for the 6th inning just because of the way he's pitched. Why not ride Hoagland?
Again, pitchers are getting the outside calls, and we got a big let's go from Rich after he got that call.
0-1 in the opposite batter's box and in the dirt. So it's a 1-1 count now to Aaron Izquierdo. Something I think is interesting, I think it's only because they don't have any other options. Yoenis Alexandrov is caught in every game in this series.
Wow.
1-1. Curveball down Broadway, 1-2.
Almost like me last night, man. Catching for both the cops and the firefighters in the glow-in-the-dark game.
Did you have any pass balls?
They weren't allowed to steal, so I really didn't have an important job.
Oh. You were just there to make sure balls were kept in place?
Yeah, well, I was there for pop-ups and then plays at home.
Izquierdo, chopper on the third base side, collected by Bain. Fires the first and got him for the second out. However, that does advance Brandon Andrews to third base, as Trevor Tripoli has an opportunity here with 2 outs as the Cowboys trail by 2.
And we were talking about it. We haven't hit a home run since Garden City.
Yes, and that was in Game 3 of the series. James Prakash, a solo shot. The last home run hitter wears a cowboy hat. Prakash has been wearing that cowboy hat for far too long, it appears.
Yeah.
As Trevor Tripoli, a right-handed bat with the runner on third, and Andrews. Rich, he shakes off a pitch. Now he sees one he likes. With 2 gone, his first pitch. Upstairs, 1-0 to Tripoli. Trevor Tripoli this season at .395 on base. When he does get on base, he is great on the base paths. 12 stolen bags, leads the Cowboys. As the 1-0 comes to Trevor Tripoli. Slider low and away.
Yeah, so, I mean, that communicates a patient approach at the plate. I think Kyle Rodriguez has a similar, pretty high on-base percentage compared to that batting average, right?
Yeah, for sure. And Tripoli and Rodriguez just so similar on and off of the field.
Yeah, 2 peas in a pod, man.
Yeah, last night at Applebee's, they both got the same thing.
No way.
2-0. He swings and misses up top. 2-1. Tripoli was going to get something different. It was a chicken Alfredo. He was trying to get the grilled chicken. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to get what he's getting.
That's hilarious, man. We had a similar situation. We went to Italian a couple days ago, and you ordered chicken Alfredo, and I changed up what I was getting just to not get the same thing as you.
But you eventually reverted back.
Yeah.
2-1, top half for a strike. Beautiful location that time from Tyler Rich with 2 gone, and Brandon Andrews on third base. Cowboys trail 3-1 to the Roswell Invaders.
No, Ron, I got the spaghetti and meatballs, remember?
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah.
You really, and that's like the most basic thing to get in an Italian restaurant.
I don't know, man. Sounds like chicken Alfredo is up there.
It kind of is. I'll give you that. 2-2 to Tripoli. Outside, a full count at the plate with Andrews on third in the top of the 6th inning. Cowboys looking to battle back in what's been a tight ball game so far, dominating by pitching on both sides, so far at least.
And I see Sisto and Maddox in the on-deck circle. I think we'll go with the change if Tripp gets on base here.
That may be the case, trying to get a momentum inning, as they like to call it.
And we have bullpen arms we want to test out.
Payoff, Tripoli fishes it into left field. It gets down. Andrews trots in the home. How about an RBI single for Trevor Tripoli to cut it down to 1? The styling Hawaiian with a big-time single.
And it looks like we will go with Maddox, so maybe Sisto there just to deke out the Roswell decision makers.
Hey, deked out us.
Yeah. But
left-handed bat now, and Maddox Hoagland, so we'll see him for the 6th inning, which that's good. I mean, I'm all for momentum innings just as much as the next guy. But if you got a guy who's shoving right now, you stick with him.
Yeah, that. But also, I mean, the playoff roster. How many days till that's finalized?
Under 5.
And that's the final roster, final 25 guys, and we have bullpen arms that we really need to test out. So.
Hoagland in the left field towards the line. It's down for a base hit. Tripoli at second. He's in at third. Gets a stop sign. Who says the pitcher can't rate? Maddox Hoagland with a double, 2 in scoring position.
Wow, man.
Maddox Hoagland, a big-time double. So I guess if you were to pinch hit Sisto for him, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess Lance Myers, that move really did pay off because you would think, oh, maybe you go to Sisto, have a momentum inning. No. The pitcher can rake too. Maddox Hoagland. Is Garrett Toddy will have a conversation with Tyler Rich. Who knows if they make the change now? They have limited options in that bullpen.
There is activity.
Even less availability when it comes to position players, because remember yesterday when Bilal Whittle went down in center field, he ended up being okay, but we were saying they had no other option. If they moved Ty Murray to center field, no one would be able to play first base because Najee King was unavailable.
Maybe Toddy would have been there.
Which, hey, he was a first baseman / catcher throughout his career, and Tyler Rich's day is done. Wow. After having a really solid outing, giving up 2 runs to the Cowboys halfway through this contest, the Invaders make the change. We'll be right back. We'll let them get warmed up. Invaders lead 3-2.
Maverick Bank has served as a symbol of strength and dependability in West Texas for over a century. Inspired by the unconventional spirit of Samuel Maverick, Maverick Bank embodies the essence of the term Maverick: bold, independent, and innovative. Like Maverick's refusal to brand his cattle, we challenge conventions in banking, forging our own path with commitment of hard work and authenticity. Welcome to Maverick Bank, where the spirit of Texas shapes the future of banking.
Alpine 06 Cowboys fans, this one's for you. Alpine Memorial Funeral Home is proud to support our local baseball team. Just like every game counts, every moment with family matters. We're here to provide caring support when you need it most. Call us at 432-837-2222 or visit alpinememorialfuneralhome.com, because we're always here for our community, on and off the field.
Some assembly required. 3 words that have been known to leave men wringing their hands in frustration, thinking not so kind thoughts, and sometimes even using some spicy language. Morrison's True Value Hardware Store and Morrison True Value Gardens want your purchase of that new grill, that new bicycle, that new lawnmower, weed trimmer, or generator to be a good experience. So they do the assembly work for you, free of charge. It's just the C.G. Morrison way of doing business.
Top of the 6th inning, Cowboys have cut the Invader lead down to 1. They have 2 in scoring position with 2 gone. The Invaders, they substitute Tyler Rich. They go to one of their best starters, a guy who's a starting option. They go to Philip Sanders. Sanders, a 4.5 ERA. He's pitched 35 innings, struck out 32 batters compared to walking 13. This is short rest for Sanders, as the last time he pitched was a start going 7 innings, 6 earned runs against the Saguaros on July 9th. For reference, it's July 12th today.
Yeah, one of their better arms, trying to get him out of a big spot here with the lead.
Righty Hunter Damon in the box against the lefty and Sanders. First pitch. Grounder, hard hit ball to the second baseman Alonso. Sends it to first and got him for the 3rd out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Sanders. That'll send us to the bottom of the 6th, but not before the Cowboys strike with an RBI single from Trevor Tripley. We'll be right back.
Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s. In 1964, Bob opened the first Lowe's Market, a small grocery store in Olton, Texas. Since then, Lowe's has expanded into small and medium-sized towns and cities throughout Texas and New Mexico. When Lowe's makes an investment in a community, they also make a commitment to serve the community with the highest quality and selection, along with fair pricing. Lowe's, your family grocery store.
Do you love to play sports and stay active, but notice your breathing isn't as easy and full as it used to be? Nearly 28 million Americans live with asthma, a condition that worsened for many after a COVID or RSV infection, even 2 full years after getting well. The team at Big Bend Regional Health Clinic helps children and adults achieve better control of asthma and other respiratory problems so they can return to their favorite activities, breathing easier. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit BigBendAnytime.com.
At BBT, we're celebrating 65 years of connecting communities across West Texas. And we're committed to using the latest cutting-edge technology to keep you and everyone on your network safe, secure, and seamlessly connected. because your connection to family, businesses, and community is our priority. Call 800-592-4781 or visit bigbend.com to experience reliable internet from a company committed to West Texas.
Bottom of the 6th inning, a 3-2 Invader lead. Maddox Hoagland out there for his 6th inning of work. So far today, 9 strikeouts. The right-handed arm having an incredible debut. He'll face 6, 7, and 8, starting with Mikey Alonso.
Rowan, what's the most strikeouts we've seen in a game?
This season, Parker Wakeman, 13.
13, and he's got 9 right now?
Yeah. Very much in the cards.
Yeah.
As Alonso, the righty, steps in the box.
Was most effective that first trip through the order. He had 6 the first time through.
Yeah, Parker Wakeman, that 13 strikeout day, couldn't have come at a better time. There is activity in the Cowboy bullpen. First pitch on the right side. It's a blooper towards the line. Carson Kirby under it, makes the grab in the twilight for the first out.
Towering blooper.
Yes, for sure. You go to Yohannes Alexandrov, right-handed batter. I can't make out who that is in the Alpine bullpen.
15.
15. Who would that be? That was Rago's number. I don't think anyone took it. First pitch to the righty, Alexandrov. Swinging a drive on the left side. It's well more shallow than I thought. Damon on the run, tumbling, makes the grab. Hunter Damon, you are ridiculous.
You know what Hunter told us, man? He said, to play in the outfield, it's a lot about effort. It's a lot about wanting it, and you could tell Hunter wanted it there, man. From the moment that was off the bat, that was his ball all the way, and, he made that play with effort.
Oh, that's not good. Damon was limping up after that. Lance Myers, he said he's going to check on him, and Damon seems fine now. He's walking around, and Lance walks back to the dugout. That's scary, man. But Damon was hype. I think at this point for him, even if he is in pain, just pure adrenaline after making a Sports Center top 10 play like that.
Ron, I have no idea who that is. It's a righty who has kind of a sidearm delivery.
First pitch is a strike to Chad Bain, 0-1. Maddox Hoagland having some help so far from his outfield. The kick and pitch to Bain, righty on righty. Change up for a strike, 0-2. Maddox Hoagland has Bain where he wants him. Bain so far today has struck out twice. The question is, will it be a third here? 0-2, kick and pitch from Hoagland. Yes, it will. Swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. That's the 10th strikeout today for Maddox Hoagland in his professional baseball debut. That sends us to the top of the 7th. Cowboys trail by 1 when we return on KVLF.
If you're looking for the best in TVs or the best in TV service, then you're looking for Big Canyon TV. Our dedicated local staff is here for all your TV needs. We offer smart Samsung TVs as well as Dish Network service, so you'll never have a dull moment at home again. DirecTV customers and former cable customers, what are you waiting for? Stop by or call to see what we can do for you. Big Canyon TV, 837-7484, or stop by our office at 610 North 5th in Alpine.
Napa know-how!
It's time for this month's Napa savings. Save 14% on Chevron Dello 400 XLE 15W30 motor oil, 1 gallon for $18.99. Pick up some Mobile Delvac heavy-duty motor oil, starting at $17.99 a gallon. Napa Premium Performance Conventional Motor Oil available for just $16.99 each. For only $209.99, you can get a Milwaukee M12 Fuel Stubby Impact Rinse Kit. Buy a Milwaukee M18 Red Lithium XC 5.0 Resistant Battery 2-pack for only $229 each, a savings of 23%. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine.
Napa know-how!
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes a policy for his bikes or his home, does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
We are back in the top of the 7th inning. Philip Sanders out there for the Invaders. This will be his first full inning of work. But the Cowboys have Sean Becker due up. Invaders lead 3-2.
Well, we have a question in the chat about All-Stars. Well, we had 4 All-Stars, or 6 technically, with 2 of them getting called up. 4 still on the team, and there have been nominations to replace our Alpine Cowboys, but that's just because we're not going to the All-Star game.
Yeah, we are not going just because of some external factors. We were planning on it as the righty Sean Becker steps in. Sanders shakes off 2 pitches, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now he's got one.
What?
Man, how many pitches does this guy have?
Well, it might be locations, too.
Yes, for sure. As the first pitch is in the dirt to the righty Sean Becker, 1-0. Because I've seen Gene do that maybe 5 or 6 times before, and I'm thinking to myself, Gene, you don't have 6 pitches.
Yeah. Sometimes a lot of the times the catcher is signaling a pitch and a location.
1-0 to Sean Becker, kick and pitch. Swings on it and pushes it to the right in the air. I do believe the man warming up in the Cowboy bullpen, just getting a closer look at him now, I think that's the same guy, and I think that's Ben Paul, which would be a second outing as a Cowboy. Who knows if they may go to Hoagland in the 7th. The 1-1 offering, well outside to the backstop, 2-1.
Yeah, just one of those guys that we want to test out, man. Because we haven't seen very much from Ben, and we want to see if he's going to make that final 25-man roster. There's 4 or 5 guys that are kind of in that situation right now.
Oh, there certainly are.
And I don't even know if we have a game before that roster breakdown.
We don't.
Wow.
The 2-1. There's a strike painted out with the fastball outside corner.
You know what I could see us doing, Rowan, is having an inner squad back in Alpine the day before. Yeah.
And it won't be quite an inner squad. I think there'll be live ABs.
Okay. For those guys.
So yeah, it'll just be pitchers against hitters. So no fielding or anything like that. 2-2 count to the leadoff man, Sean Becker, in the top of the 7th. Cowboys trailing 3-2 against the Roswell Invaders. The delivery from Sanders lets it rip. Slider away.
But, yeah, with our All-Stars not going, those replacements, a couple of them have been Roswell Invaders, as we kind of mentioned earlier.
Sean Becker, a career 33 average against P.J. Sanders, has the nickname P.J., full name Phillip. Here's his payoff to Becker. Outside, a leadoff walk for the Cowboys in the top of the 7th.
Big. Win a 1-run ball game. Again, like you said, a leadoff walk. What's our stat? Leadoff walk scored 99% of the time, 99.99.
That's not official, by the way, but you'd like to think that.
Yeah, that's just hyperbole.
That's the 6th walk of the day for the Roswell staff. The first from Sanders is now lefty in the box, and Carson Kirby, he's 0 for 3. Looks at first, the delivery. Shows bunt, popped up left side. Alexandrov, the catcher, sliding to get it, unable to get a hold of it.
Yeah, not short of effort there was Alexandrov. Again, almost diving into that center block backstop.
I mean, I know and now that with his helmet flying off, that reveals that the headband, that's what it is. It's a ninja headband.
Yeah, it's not the...
Same with John Tuttle. He's got a headband on today, which he always does.
He's also got frosted tips, Johannes.
Wow.
Like Iceman, dude.
Taking us back to 2005.
Yeah.
0-1 to Kirby. Another bunt shown. It's fair on the left side. Collected by Chad Bain. He loses control. He eats the throw. Now in a jam. Going from second to third. Becker, here's the throw. He's safe. Wow, Sean Becker heads up base running. Cowboys have runners on the corners. Nobody out.
It was tight, too. Heads up aggressive base running because again, running around third or around second base, eyed down that there was nobody on the third base bag. The pitcher was a bit closer to that third base bag, but Becker thought he could beat the foot race. You have to make that decision in an instant, and he made the right one.
James Procish, one of the big spots here of this series for the Cowboys with runners on first and third, top of the 7th, 3-2 Invader lead. Righty on lefty. It's a right-handed batter in Procish. Lefty arm and Phillip Sanders. Procish so far today is 1 for 3 with a single.
There's 2 arms thrown in the Roswell bullpen right now.
First pitch. Prakash takes it low and away in the dirt. A 1-0 count. Pitch black skies in Roswell, New Mexico. Dead still wind. That wind has been dead still, at least from our vantage point, that flagpole for most of this series. The 1-0 offering to Prakash. Swings on the ball, hits it in the right field, back towards the track, goes over the head of Fisk. In comes Sean Becker. Rounding third is Kirby. He gets the go sign. Prakash is at second, going to third. There will be no throw. A bases clearing triple for James Prakash to give the Cowboys a 4-3 lead. Michael Fisk is down in right field. That's the big concern. But how about James Prakash, his second triple on the season?
Yeah, and the triple assisted by the right fielder again, diving forward and then not getting up as the center fielder had to come over and pick up the ball. But, I mean, what a big spot there. What a way to take the lead on the road. And with nobody out.
And, again, that is, I mean, even though as the Cowboy broadcasters, you would think, yeah, we are excited. Alpine is taking the lead back. Number one concern, is Michael Fisk okay? That's always very scary to see. I mean, again, Fisk has been a guy that at times he has shown flashes of greatness. He's now up. It looks like he's limping with a little bit of help from his teammates. If they were to replace him, I wonder who they would go with. I feel like you would almost, I mean, what are your options at this point?
It's got to be a pitcher, right?
I mean,
either moving Murray out to the outfield, Toddy to first base. That's what we were thinking about yesterday. It sounds like they don't have anybody, Ron.
Yeah, who knows? Is that everyone's walking back. I see. Is that Mike Martinez? Maybe he was just out there to help.
Looks like he's trailing behind, though.
Yeah, he's trailing. Is this going to be Mike Martinez playing right field? At this point, I know you're trying to punish him, quote unquote. I feel like you gotta move Ty Murray back to the outfield. Put Najee King at first if you want to win this ball game.
Is he on the 22-man today?
Mike Martinez?
No, Najee.
Yes,
I know he's in game 1 of the series.
Yes, he is. Yeah, so King, because the 22-man roster, it has to stay the same for the rest of the series unless there's an injury. And if you do take that guy off of the 22-man roster, then he can't play for 14 days automatically.
They only have 20 out of the possible 22 on that 22-man.
Man, I think that is Mike Martinez that will be playing right field.
Yeah.
This is insane. And again, like I said, number one priority. We hope that Michael Fisk is doing all right. That was a tough fall he took, trying to dive for that play. A high effort, high hustle play as Prakash had the triple, the bases clearing triple to give the Cowboys a 4-3 lead.
Ron, this has almost turned into a war of attrition. Roswell is losing arms, losing guys, and Cowboys have gained a number of guys. We have reinforcements in numbers, and now they are down to their last men. And again, like you said, a relief pitcher out in right field.
Brandon Andrews, right-handed batter, with nobody out. Brandon Andrews is a guy, he's 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. Here's a guy that I feel like he's a rookie, but he acts like, and I mean, just through his character overall, like he's been here for 5 years. I'm really impressed by Andrews. First pitch. Slider, swinging a rip, left side. Under the glove, it's caught by Morrow. Prakash tags up from third. Here's a throw. Won't get there in time. Sac fly, Brandon Andrews for the first out. It's 5-3 Cowboys in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, big time to take a lead, too. Especially as we talk about trying to get bullpen arms in this ball game who we haven't seen at times. We need to extend this lead even to really feel comfortable with those experimental guys.
Now you go to the righty and John Tuttle against the lefty and Philip Sanders. Cowboys have taken a 2-run lead off of a 3 spot in this top of the 7th inning. Philip Sanders getting his signs from Alexandrov and a first pitch delivery to Tuttle. The righty takes a fastball high and away for a strike. It's an 0-1 count now to John Tuttle. He's 0 for 3 on the day. His girlfriend and his new daughter in the crowd watching, of course, all Roswell natives. The delivery. Inside, a strike found, 0-2. Well, would it be a native if Tuttle didn't grow up in Roswell? Because he grew up in beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I don't know. It's close. I mean, you said, I want to go home the other day, and you were talking about Alpine, Texas, right?
Yes. Tuttle, the righty, he steps in the box. That's what it is at this point, honestly. Sanders, still looking for his signs. Finally sees one he likes from his battery mate, Alexandrov. Delivery. Tuttle is down on strikes. A big swing and a miss on outside fastball. And that'll do it for the second out here as Aaron Izquierdo, right-handed batter, steps in. Aaron Izquierdo, who is 1 for 2 with a walk in a big spot here.
He let me borrow his catching gear, man.
Again, very generous.
For that fireman, policeman game last night here.
Sanders, the kick and pitch. Slider downstairs, misses 1-0. Honestly, if you ask most catchers, the answer would probably be no.
Yeah, Andrew Dunn, the commissioner of the league, was like, just go ask one of your guys. I'm like, dude, I don't know about all that. But I went and asked Aaron, and he said, yeah, man.
I would say he's probably the first guy I would ask, too.
Yeah.
1-0. Big swing and a miss. Goes back to a breaking ball, 1-1. But to be fair, all three of the Cowboys catchers, I love being around them. They're such great guys. Love John Tuttle. Love Jake Sisto. And, of course, Aaron Izquierdo, great.
I agree, man. Really good dudes. It's just Sisto and Tuttle kind of have their way of doing things.
Yes. 1-1 downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Plus, Izquierdo, he hasn't been catching as much lately, so that could have helped.
And I really sweat in that gear, man. And when I gave it back to him, I'm like, how do I wash this for you? And he's like, I don't know. I've never washed it.
Oh, no. The 2-1 deals away. Well outside, a hanging slider to Aaron Izquierdo with 3 balls and 1 strike. Trevor Tripoli's on deck. He had an RBI single in the 6th inning. It's a 5-3 Cowboy lead in the top of the 7th. No one's on base. Here we go. Sanders, deep breath, and a 3-1. Outside, a free trot to first for Aaron Izquierdo.
Good day for Aaron at the plate. Like you said, 2 walks, a single. 7 through 9 have really gotten it done for us, man.
Maddox Hoagland is on deck holding a bat. That I tell you, we'll probably see him in the 7th inning.
Wow.
Tripoli, right-handed batter, he steps in with a runner on first and 2 gone against Philip Sanders. Deep breath and a delivery to Tripoli. Fastball upstairs, unable to dot it up, 1-0. Tripoli was the last batter, or the second to last batter that Tyler Rich faced, the starter on the day for Roswell. 1-0 comes, and it goes with a strike found on the outside.
Rowan, I think we'll be able to tell the pitch count for Maddox as well here in a moment.
1-1. Downstairs in the dirt and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. The runner on first is Aaron Izquierdo. Maddox Hoagland, who has 10 strikeouts today, has been phenomenal. Only walked 1 batter so far. 2-1. High and away to Trevor Tripoli.
Yeah, it's their bullpen. This guy is really kind of PJ's given us a really good opportunity, man.
Which is shocking because he's been so good, and he's been good against the Cowboys, too. The 3-1. Good recovery as he finds a strike on the bottom half and in on Tripoli. Squeezing in to make it a full count with 2 outs. The runner on first and Aaron Izquierdo. Cowboys lead 5-3 in the top of the 7th. A 3 spot sparked by a 2-run triple from James Prockish earlier. Here we go, a payoff. Tripoli smacks it up the middle, flash of the leather by Sanders, underhands to first. Man, what's with these Roswell pitchers? What's in the water? A 5-3 Cowboy lead, though, taking the momentum, a jolt of it into the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll be right back, folks.
TG Fuels doesn't just deliver propane. They deliver peace of mind with service-like remote tank monitoring. When it's almost time for fill, your monitor notifies TG Fuels and they deliver. This means you and your family never have to worry about running out of propane. Along with an online portal, autopay, and competitive pricing, TG Fuels committed to being your provider of choice, and they're just a phone call away at 432-837-2518. TG Fuels, how can we serve you? Trans-Pecos Banks has empowered people, businesses, and communities since 1924. With a focus on removing barriers, encouraging innovation, and supporting entrepreneurial spirit, we're a partner in the aspirations of those we serve. We offer competitive deposit rates so your money works harder for you, and our experts specialize in SBA and USDA lending. Visit our updated website at transpecos.bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Trans-Pecos Banks, Texas banking at its best.
Go with the stress-free roofing option in Talent Roofing, who provides everything from storm damage repairs to insurance claims and premium upgrades. The roofing process with Talent is simple, transparent, and stress-free with a commitment to integrity and craftsmanship. They don't just build roofs at Talent, they build trust. Discover why homeowners and businessmen alike rely on Talent Roofing for lasting protection. Call them up at 432-837-7009.
In the bottom of the 7th inning, the Cowboys roll with Maddox Hoagland putting on a great performance so far. He'll face 9-1-2, 10 strikeouts, 3 runs, 1 walk, 7 hits allowed as the Cowboys lead 5-3. And he will face Philip Sanders, the pitcher and 9-hole hitter, batting righty.
You know, Rowan, when a guy joins a ball club, a lot of the times you kind of test him out. You have a short leash. You throw him 4 or 5 innings, limit that pitch count.
As the first pitch comes, it's an upstairs changeup, 1-0.
But with him joining us at this point in the season, man, it's all hands on deck, and he is getting the full extent of a start today.
The kick and pitch. 1-0 fastball is low and away. 2-0. Ben Paul is presumably the first man out for the Cowboys. He's warming up in foul territory, it looks like almost. It looks like that's in the field of play where he's throwing. 2-0. Curveball, strike. Beautiful from Hoagland. Man, that was, again, that breaking stuff is so pretty. 2-1 gets his signs from Tuttle. The offering. Fouled off right side, 2-2 to the leadoff man, Sanders. In the bottom of the 7th, the Cowboys have taken a 5-3 lead over the Roswell Invaders, the series finale.
Rowan, I'm seeing just about 90 pitches for Hoagland today.
2-2, a hanging curve, makes it a full count, which, again, we've seen Cowboy pitchers go 120 plus. Who knows if they're willing to push Hoagland that far.
Yeah.
You would think this was probably his last inning of work.
It probably includes the outs, too, that was hit into play.
As 3-2 downstairs, that's the second walk of the day for Hoagland.
So with the outs hit into play, he's probably at about 102, 103 pitches right now.
As now you go to Bilal Whittle. Whittle so far today is 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Again, this is a guy you don't want to get let on base. As John Tuttle talks now to Hoagland, a veteran and a rookie. By a rookie, I mean a guy who's only been here for 4 days at this point.
Yeah.
Last night, he was sleeping on this because we have the Airbnb with like close to 30 beds in this Airbnb. And I saw Maddox in the living room sleeping on this thing. It looked like a couch, but it wasn't a couch. It had like the metal bars. And I said, there's no way you're sleeping there. He's like, yeah, there's a mattress right there. Yeah. I'm just getting some rest. Whittle, the former Pecos Bill and right-handed batter, steps in. Runner on first. The pitch. Curveball, strike found, 0-1 on the inside part of the plate. Hoagland getting his signs from Tuttle with a runner on first. Here's the delivery. upstairs at the letters, 1-1. Maddox Hoagland in a big spot here with nobody out and the runner on first, just trying to continue this dominant outing. Low and away, 2-1. Trying to do as much as he can to stay in it, try and get through the entirety of the 7th inning if he can, hopefully unscathed.
Yeah, man, and I don't know how many outings he's had recently in that league up, the amateur league, where he's thrown over 100 pitches.
As a 2-1 fastball makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. We've seen it time and time again where Cowboys starters, they look good 1 through 6. You extend them to a 7th or 8th inning, and the rails kind of fly off, or the train goes off of the rails, however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
3-1, paints up the outside with a changeup. Beautiful pitch that time from Hoagland.
And you'd have to imagine that there'd be a quick leash here or a short leash at this point in this juncture of the game without us knowing him really well. But, again, a lot of confidence in his arm right now.
The payoff is a big swing and a miss on a downstairs fastball. Maddox Hoagland has his 11th strikeout here in the bottom of the 7th.
2 away from the Cowboy lead on the season.
That belongs to Parker Wakeman. We just saw that a few days ago in Garden City. Game 2 of that series, the Cowboys won. Now it's a lefty in the box, Sloan Laird, a guy who has been the Cowboys' kryptonite in this series. Laird, he's 2 for 3. Hoagland, the kick and pitch. Swing and a drive right side. That looks fair. It is on the first base line. And Laird thought about second base, but he lost his footing. That will just go down as a single. Runners are on the corners now.
Yeah, what is going on with Sloan Laird, man? Yesterday, he was 4 for 5. The day before that, 0 for 4, actually. But 2 back-to-back big-time days for Sloan Laird. And, I mean, he's a tying run at first base right now in a series the Roswell Invaders are trying to sweep.
And they need that desperately as the righty Ty Murray steps into the box.
3 for 3. He's another guy, man. Well, I guess Ty Murray had a good end of the day yesterday.
He had that triple, the RBI triple. Very speedy. Roswell has a few guys like that. As it's righty on righty. Maddox Hoagland, his first pitch. Hanging curveball, it's a strike just above the belt line. If we talk about an upstairs borderline, that was it.
Yeah, that curveball still looks really good late into his outing.
For sure. 0-1 the count. It's so pretty. Very, like we said all day, loopy. 0-1 back to it. Hard hit grounder. Shortstop Tripoli goes between his legs into center field. In comes Sanders. 5-4. Cowboys still lead, but man, that would have been a critical out, a double play opportunity as well.
What have we said about this infield, man? It's a funky infield. It's really hard to read some balls, and errors are occurring often here in Roswell. You just put it in play, especially at a big juncture like this, and things happen for you as, again, that's an error scored against Trevor Tripoli.
The good news for Hoagland, that shouldn't go down as an earned run for him on the stat sheet. But at this point where the Cowboys they just need to win so badly, who cares about the stat sheet? As Lance Myers comes out of the dugout, he's going to talk to Maddox Hoagland. This may be the end of his day. Ben Paul would be the first man out, you would think. But who knows, maybe plans have shifted. As Myers still talks to Maddox Hoagland, 102 pitches is what they said. And over on the other side on point streak.
His day is over. You know, last time Ben came into a game, his only time coming into a game, he inherited a tight jam and a tight ball game as well. He gave up the lead against the Pecos Bills last time, and, you know, it won't get any easier for him out here today.
Ben Paul is out there for the Cowboys. We'll take a quick commercial break here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 5-4 Cowboy lead when we return.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid. Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you, even loaded up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
We are back in this bottom of the 7th. The Cowboys go to Ben Paul. Paul, it's been an eventful last couple of days, mainly off of the field. He had one appearance for the Cowboys, didn't get a single out, only faced 3 batters. That was against the Pecos Bills on the 4th of July. But he applied for an online job as an assistant coach, a graduate assistant with the Georgetown, was it the Hoyas in the Big East? And look at that. He got the job.
Yeah.
How about that? Big congratulations to Ben Paul. But now he looks to back it up on the mound, coming out for Maddox Hoagland.
Yeah, he's a youth pitching coach in the offseason, and again, only had 1 outing, came in a jam, gave up 1 earned run against the Pecos Bills. Well, it says he has a 0.00 ERA, but I'm looking at 1 earned run right here.
The 0.00, that means infinite. In that
oh,
case.
because he didn't get an out.
Yeah, so his ERA is infinite right now.
But still, 1 walk, 1 earned run. Again, came in a huge jam in a very tight ball game. Gave up that run, but is still looking for his opportunity. He was only in Alpine for like 2 days whenever he came out in that appearance.
Paul, this is a big opportunity to bounce back with runners on first and second and 1 out. The 5-4 Cowboy lead. Paul looking to hold on for Alpine. It won't be easy facing Shane Morrow, however. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. Paul, he gets his signs from Tuttle. Settles in. Here's his first pitch delivery. Looks at second, the delivery now. There's a strike with the fastball, 0-1. Paul is a guy that back at Oakland, a D1 school in the Horizon League, he was excelling on the field and off the field. He was all academic team in his conference. Again, he was very locked in the classroom, to say the least.
He's a real smart guy when you talk to him, too. You know, I asked him if he knew Jack Golke. He said it's a small enough school, I definitely saw him around.
Kick and pitch, outside fastball, got him. 0-2 now. Yeah, I remember he was telling me when that was going down, Oakland upsetting Kentucky. The baseball team was on a road trip in California, but when they came back, Golke was already shooting NIL videos and commercials.
And NIL was the 6th-man guard who had the 3-point barrage that knocked off Kentucky.
And now Golke, he's in the G League, just there to sign autographs at this point. 0-2 to Shane Morrow. Looks at second, the offering. And on the hands, fouled off on the right side.
Yeah, Ben was telling me, you know, Golke had that big day, but he watched regular season Oakland basketball, and Golke was pretty average most of the time.
He said there would be times where he would only play 10 minutes, and he would just check in towards the latter half and just chuck up threes.
But back to Ben here, you know, when we talked to him about pitching, we've talked to him a lot because we normally room with the new guys, and he kind of has a classic approach to things. He's got a good mindset out there, I'd think.
0-2 chopper left side. He takes the arm training very seriously. I remember I was with him in the Motel 6 night 1 here in Roswell because we didn't have our house. And he was on that cold hardwood floor. He was doing the arm exercises, doing all he could to get ready for this opportunity. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. An 0-2 count against Shane Morrow. Deep breath. A glance at second. Another one and a pitch. And a swing and a miss. Ben Paul has his first professional strikeout to get the second out in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, it's such a huge spot, but doesn't get easier here.
How about this? Mike Martinez, the pitcher. The rumors are true. He is the new right fielder coming in for the injured Michael Fisk.
Yeah. Again, this Roswell team is down to their last options right now, and with the injury out in right, I mean, the relief pitcher is now in right field.
Ben Paul double takes his second. First pitch, down low for a strike, 0-1. With that 25-man roster cutoff line looming in the coming days, Paul looking to prove himself that, hey, I can play.
Yeah.
Looking in the Cowboy bullpen, there is a little bit of activity. I saw Ronan Tachibana, but now a pole is covering whoever is there. 0-1 on the inside, misses low and into the righty Mike Martinez.
You talk about proving that he can play. I think that we're already confident in him regardless. The fact that we even tossed him out here with just a
for sure
1-run lead.
Oh, absolutely. It goes to show that Lance was not fazed by that last outing.
Yeah.
Looks at second, his 1-1. Low and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. The good news is for Paul, after getting that last out, no matter what happens here, his ERA will no longer be infinite.
One pitch he told me about was something that was kind of new to me. He talked about having a kick change. He has a changeup that can bleed to either side, and he really doesn't know what it's going to do when he uses it. It's almost like a knuckle change.
2-1. High and in. Martinez had to duck. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. I'm looking in that Cowboy bullpen, and the more I look, the more I see Brad Burdett.
Okay. Brad Burdett has been a big-time setup guy for us on the year.
So if we have to go to Gene Reyes in the 9th, then, hey, maybe that's the game plan.
Yeah.
With Martinez in the box, runners on first and second, still for Roswell. Paul, his 3-1 offering. Looks at second. Now the pitch. High and away. The bases are loaded with 2 gone for Roswell. Invaders gnawing at the heels of the Cowboys. It's a 5-4 Alpine lead in the bottom of the 7th.
That was Mike Martinez's first bat as a Roswell Invader, first at-bat as a Roswell Invader as well.
Again, that's crazy to think about. But, yeah, they just don't have many options. As now you go to Mikey Alonso, the second baseman, who so far today is 0 for 3. The right-handed batter looking to deliver against the right-handed pitcher in Ben Paul. I don't know if you can tell, but Paul in high school, just looking at him, you can kind of tell he was a linebacker. He was a middle linebacker in football.
I believe it.
First pitch in the dirt, bounces off of Tuttle just in front of him, though, 1-0. We were in the hotel room, and we were having some fun looking at Ben Paul's huddle highlight reel.
That's funny. Hey, they're Oakland's club football team. They don't have an official NCAA football team. Their club football team won the club football national championship.
I feel like a club football team would be kind of tough to manage if you don't have much financial support.
Yeah, it's wild. And having a head coach that calls plays, practice. I don't understand how it went.
Kick and pitch. 1-0, swing and a miss on the outside.
But to tell you the state of things, they were asking Ben to be a defensive lineman for them. So it's not doesn't seem like it's super high-level football.
Paul was talking to a few college coaches, but he suffered a shoulder injury, which means he can no longer play combat sports. And he was thinking, well, I was better at baseball anyway. I might as well stick with that.
Yesterday, Mikey went 2 for 4.
1-1. Hard hit grounder, right side, gets past the first baseman Izquierdo. Invaders have tied it. Another Cowboy error to make it a tied ball game in the bottom of the 7th.
Man, and Izquierdo did everything he could. We talk about this sketchy infield, how a monster truck rally took place here in the offseason. Obviously a joke, but Izquierdo hit the butterfly there to try and block that ball, and I don't even know how it got past him. He had all of his bases covered, and somehow it just bled right by him on the bouncer headed his way.
The bases are so loaded with 2 outs. The run comes in off of the error on the first base side as Alexandro steps in. Again, yeah, this infield, it's tough. And right in that area where Izquierdo was blocking it up, there's a big lip. Maybe that played a factor. Maybe it ramped up and got past. First pitch. High and away. the Cowboys usually play a clean brand of baseball, but when you come here, it's a lot tougher to do.
And on the last day of an 8-day road trip.
Yes.
And we are driving home immediately following this game. We'll probably get back in town about 4 or 5 a.m.
Yeah, if you want to greet us at the field.
Yeah.
1-0, big swing and a miss on the dirt on Yohannes Alexandrov, who so far today is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. He had that in the 4th inning.
I don't think either of those runs are earned thus far.
I don't on Paul, no.
Yeah. We've had 2 errors in this inning. The only 2 of the ball game for the Cowboys.
1-1, swing and a miss, low and in. 1-2 now on Alexandro from Ben Paul. Paul, a Division I pitcher, going up against a guy in Alexandrov who was once in the Chicago Cubs organization. Only played in the Complex League, but still really solid accomplishment for the guy out of Sofia, Bulgaria. Paul, his 1-2. Outside, unable to freeze him up.
Yeah, man, that's the chase kind of pitch. You have a couple of balls to work with, and again, Yohannes with a pretty bad batting average. I guess 282 isn't too bad, but try to get him to chase there. He has a history of some bad batting average. That's all I'll say.
2-2. Swing and a miss downstairs. Ben Paul is hyped. Turn me up. That'll send us to the top of the 8th. We are all tied at 5. It's a good one here in Roswell.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid. Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you, even load it up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
Welcome back. It's the top of the 8th inning. Cowboys and Invaders all tied at 5 in what's been a great contest so far. Roswell trots out their 3rd pitcher of the day. They go to Nestor Perella. Perella this season, and it's, again, a 19 ERA through 27 innings pitched. You look at that strikeout to walk ratio, 30 strikeouts compared to 65 walks. Coming off a solid relief outing against Tucson, where he gave up only 2 earned runs in 2 innings, which isn't pretty as he was tacked on with the loss. But Perella is a guy, though, that the Invaders are trotting out in a situation where they have a lot of hope in him. It's a tie game. They don't have many other options, but again, they have some hope in him. He was in the Cubs organization, just got released in February out of the Complex League. He'll face 9-1-2 for the Cowboys, starting with a pinch hitter in Mateo Avalone. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. So Ben Paul will not pitch in the 8th inning. The Cowboys will go to a new arm as Avalone steps in against Nestor Perella.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the errors could have snowballed that inning for Ben Paul, but for him to get out of that still with a tie ball game, that was huge for the Cowboys. But like you said, man, 65 walks in 27 innings for Nestor. If that doesn't communicate the fact that they're throwing this guy out in a tie ball game, how they're at the end of their rope with their options, I don't know what will.
Right-handed pitcher in Perella, right-handed batter Avalone. You bring up a very good point there. Perella, first pitch to Avalone. Swinging a rip right side, 0-1.
That would have been a strike.
Avalon, him and his wife, Michaela, and their new daughter will make the trip to Alpine for the first time since last August tonight as the home plate umpire wiping off home plate. A quick intermission as it's an 0-1 count. The Cowboys have Hunter Damon on deck. In the hole, it's Sean Becker. This is the 9 spot. Avalon pinch hitting in the pitcher's spot. You'll see a new arm in the bottom of the 8th. We're in the top of the 8th here. 0-1. Swing and a miss on outside slider.
And I think the name of the game for Mateo is just getting back up to speed, man. You haven't seen pitching in a while, trying to get acclimated to stepping in the batter's box against professional pitching. And it might take him a few ABs. Let's hope he's got it right here, right now.
Here we go. OT. 0-2. Avalon swings and misses low and away to get the first out in the top of the 8th. I think everyone's echoed this statement, too, that even if it takes 10 at-bats, 15, 20, Mateo Avalon's eventually going to get to a point where he feels acclimated.
And he's a really good defensive first baseman as well,
Yes.
where right now we're sticking Aaron Izquierdo over there when he's a catcher, man. And he's a catcher who can play first base, but at the end of the day, Aaron is a great catcher, and that's where we really need him.
Righty and Hunter Damon in the top of the 8th with nobody on base. Nestor Perella against Hunter Damon. Damon so far today is 0 for 3. He's reached via an error. First pitch is high and in with a fastball, 1-0. We talk about whip. If I pull up Perella's stats again here, what's that whip, Ryan?
Oh, man, I was trying to do the math. It's like 3.
Kind of like Tyler Rich, but we saw Rich had a solid start for the Invaders.
He has like 3.5, Rowan.
Ooh,
That's the
nearing
highest
4.
we've ever seen.
1-0. Damon swings and misses on a breaking ball. 1-1 from Perella. Perella was released on February 27th by the Chicago Cubs organization, similar to Alexandro, just different times.
You know, the deal here with Hunter, though, they see his swing path, see he has that flat contact kind of swing, and he gets a steady breaking balls because of that. Because, you know, with that upward swing angle, it's easier to hit the breaking balls. It's tough with the flat swing.
1-1 in the right center field. It splits the gap. Hunter Damon with a single.
Heck yeah. Damon with a single celebration, too. He said, come on, let's bring it now. We need that energy right now in the tail end of the road trip.
I can speak for just about everyone. This team loves the energy that Hunter Damon has brought. He's gotten along great with the vets, just everybody as a whole. I mean, he's been a welcomed addition to this Cowboy team as the righty Sean Becker steps in. He was telling me that his another goal of his off of the field before he leaves from Alpine is to go to Big Bend National Park.
Yeah, he said he's going to do it tomorrow.
I don't know if he can. Upstairs fastball 1-0. I think they're doing live ABs tomorrow.
Yeah.
From talking to Lance Myers, I believe their plan is they're just trying to gear guys up before this final push.
Hey, when is that 4-day break? I remember seeing one on the schedule. Is that coming up?
I think it's after the next Pecos series, honestly. There'll be a kids camp in that time window.
Okay.
Upstairs 1-0.
So just a 4-day break for me, not for the guys.
Oh, no. They'll still be practicing and, again, helping coach up the youth.
Yeah.
I believe they do a read and play as well. They read for a bit, and then they go out and play baseball.
Really? I saw the Pecos Bills did that the other day, too, the
Yes.
kids camp.
They did it on a football field, though.
Really?
2-0. Slider for a strike on the bottom half. Beautiful movement that time from Perella. With Carson Kirby on deck for the Cowboys, they have James Prockish in the hole. The runner on first is Hunter Damon with 1 out in the top of the 8th. A 5-5 ball game. Perella shaking off a handful of pitches. Finally gets one he likes. The battery mates here, both in the Cubs organization in the past. Damon off and running 2-1. Alexandro beats the throw. Damon sliding in head first. Man, you got to love the hustle. But a stolen bag for Hunter Damon.
Ioannis is acting really strange about looking at his glove. Yeah, I think the Roswell broadcasters are on it. I think that one got stuck in the webbing there as it lodged its way in there. He tried to grab it once, didn't happen, then shoved it out of there. But Damon was well over on that second base bag by the time he was able to get a hold of the ball.
And Damon telling Lance Myers, telling Jesus Rosario, I'm all right. He was running it out, just making sure they didn't need to put in a pinch runner, which effectively would exit him from the contest. So that's a scary thing because you want to see Hunter Damon in that position late in the clutch game, but at the same time, you don't want to further something. You don't want to further any kind of injury. He seems all right, though.
Like I said earlier, man, he's got the makings of a cult hero.
3-1, Becker swing and a miss. It's a full count with 1 out. And a throwback goes behind Nestor Perella, the pitcher. Damon stays put at second base as the ball landed just directly to his right. But, man, Hunter Damon, even the way he runs, too.
Yeah.
You love watching it.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know how to describe it, Ron. I mentioned it the other day. It looks like he's thrown 110% effort into his running motion, but I don't have a good way to describe it.
Perella shakes off 3 pitches from Alexandrov. Now he sees one he likes on Sean Becker.
Maybe like Scooby-Doo running.
Payoff. Over the head to the backstop. That allows for Damon to take third base as Sean Becker trots over the first. Runners are on the corners for the Cowboys with 1 out for Carson Kirby. Kirby so far today is 1 for 3.
That's as wild as they get, Rowan. Again, sailed out of his hand about 3 feet behind Becker. Probably the second most wild pitch we've seen all season.
Yeah, and it wasn't over the head of Becker. That was behind him.
Yeah.
Now we go to the lefty and Carson Kirby. Kirby entered this game with a 440 average, which, again, 2 games as a Cowboy. This is his 3rd. The lefty bat against the righty arm and Perella. First pitch to Kirby. Kirby sits on an outside fastball, 1-0. Hunter Damon, the sac fly in play as he stands at third base. Sean Becker over at first. Alpine in a big position in a 5-5 game in the top of the 8th. Carson Kirby, the new guy, the rookie, you can call him, looking to break through here. 1-0 offering, high and away.
Yeah, typically what we call rookies is just guys who have their first professional experience. So any guys who come from another league aren't a rookie. Like you said,
Brad Burdette, who was in the Pioneer League last year, he's not a rookie. He's a veteran.
Looking through our lineup, Damon's a rookie, Kirby's a rookie, Andrew's a rookie, Izquierdo's a rookie.
And 2-0 inside for a strike and on the hands, but able to catch the zone on the inside part of the plate on Carson Kirby with runners on the corners. With James Procish on deck for the Cowboys. Had an RBI triple his last go-around. Brought in 2 runs. Gave him his 50th RBI of the season, too. 2-1 to Kirby. Pops it up left side. It's playable for Shane Morrow. Makes the catch. Damon's going to try it. No, he stays put.
That was the pump
shallow.
fake there. And, yeah, look at the Roswell Invaders scrambling to get back to the second base bag as they didn't have anybody around second. But runner stays put at first in Sean Becker.
And you go to James Procish now. Again, the moment I saw that ball get popped up, as a Cowboy fan, you're hoping just go deeper, deeper, deeper. But that landed in pretty shallow left field.
Yeah, way too shallow to send him. Right call by Skip.
Damon wanted it, and then Lance said, no, go back. James Procish, right-handed batter with runners on the corners and 2 outs. He's 2 for 4 on the day with a triple.
But that pump fake forces a throw. Let's say that throw goes wild, then you come in to score. So I always love that pump fake on the sac flies where you come off the bag pretending like you're going to head down the third baseline.
Time called as Procish steps out quickly. With Brandon Andrews on deck for Alpine. In the hole, it's John Tuttle. Cowboys looking to break a 5-5 tie in the top of the 8th. And the 9th, well, as of right now, they have 4 outs to take this lead. First pitch high and in at the letters, 1-0. James Procish in such a big spot here. He's no stranger to them. Even his last at-bat in the 7th. That RBI triple was huge for the Cowboys. But a 2-run bottom of the 7th for Roswell tied it all the way back up here at 5. And a 1-0 to James Procish. Upstairs, strike found. right on that belt line and straight away.
If Nestor can get out of this scoreless, coming in with that ERA, that walk rate, that'd be really impressive, Rowan.
It really would be.
1 out away from doing so.
That weak contact the last time around really helped him because he thought for sure Damon was going to try it, but the pump fake. Here's a 1-1. Upstairs at head level to Procish and straight away, 2-1. With Brandon Andrews on deck for the Cowboys. James Procish wants to get it done here in the top of the 8th. A 5-5 ball game on our hands. Pitch black skies in Roswell. The lights have turned on, dimly lidded, pointing down right on the field. And a 2-1. Upstairs to Procish. Alexandrov, the catcher, had to stand up to get a hold of it. It's a 3-1 count to the veteran.
Man, I'm just smiling right now, Rowan. Tie ball game in the 8th inning. This has makings for a great moment.
Hopefully for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, just a tight ball game. Somebody's going to break it open. They have to.
Here we go. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Perella glances over at first on Sean Becker. And it's 3-1 to Procish. Swinging a drive to center field. Under it, Whittle caught for the 3rd out. That sends us to the bottom of the 8th. Nestor Perella escapes the jam. We'll be right back in a tie ball game.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid. Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you. Even load it up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
Welcome back. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. The Cowboys try out Caden Knipe. It's a 5-5 ball game. Knipe is the 3rd arm the Cowboys have used today. A 5.4 ERA on the year through 2 appearances. But his last one against Garden City was great. Pitched 1 inning, gave up no earned runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out 2, facing 5 batters.
And he joined the team the exact same time as Ben Paul. And I think both of them are excellent arms and just needed maybe an appearance or 2 to get settled in with the uniform, the team, the location, the travel, and again, a great option for the Cowboys today.
As Caden Knipe, he's set to face 8-9-1, starting with Chad Bain, right-handed batter for the Roswell Invaders. Caden Knipe, the Cowboys showing their trust in him, going to him in a big spot, but also looking to see what they can get out of him going into that 25-man cutoff. I like what Lance Myers is going with here.
I think he's in too, though. Even if he didn't appear right now, Ron, I think he'd be in, right?
Yes. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. I think he's proven himself at this point.
I think Paul too.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I would say so, especially after that last outing. Ben Paul looked really good as Chad Bain steps out of the box.
And again, that's a 25-man roster. Right now, we have 28 guys, 29 guys.
Something like that. 0-1, kicks and deals. A bouncer heading right into the glove of Knipe. Fires the first as a bouncer over the first base, and they got him. Wow. What a great effort by Caden Knipe, a dribbler over to Aaron Izquierdo at first base, gets the first out.
Yeah, and he one-hopped that, like you said, or dribbled it and got there just in time. Doesn't matter how you get it. The style points don't matter, Rowan. That was an out all the way through.
That was like a Magic Johnson bounce pass
Yeah.
to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Garrett Toddy is coming out now. He's in no hurry, though. I don't even think he's going to meet the umpire the whole way through. Okay, now never mind. He is. He's going to talk with both umpires. Just trying to maybe overturn that because that was a bang-bang play.
I think the way he was doing his hand signal there, he was telling the umpire at first base to confer with the umpire at home plate because I think they may have seen it differently, Rowan. And they just went straight to talk to each other.
He's out. That was a quick conversation.
Let's go.
We haven't seen them disagree really all series.
I think. They're kind of a high school crew. They're they're just trying to get through this, man.
Here we go. It's a left-handed batter now in the box, and Nestor Perella. He lines this in the center field. Andrews is under it, makes the grab, goes right into his glove. This is another righty arm that's batting lefty.
Yeah. And how about the pitcher barreling that one up, though? Really nice swing from Nestor against, a really nice arm in Caden Knipe.
Gave the Cowboys a little bit of a scare there. Now this is going to be no easy task. You go to Bilal Whittle. Whittle so far today is 0 for 4, but that's not really indicative of what he can do, especially if he does get on base with 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. 5-5 ball game. Knipe, he takes a deep breath. The pitch. Strike 0-1. The Cowboys will have 5, 6, and 7 due up in the top of the 9th, starting with Brandon Andrews, then John Tuttle, then Aaron Izquierdo. Here we go. Knipe. 0-1. Whittle takes a fastball high and in, the right-handed batter.
This is a guy you can't let on base with that speed, Rowan. It's like a Drake Andreon effect. He gets into scoring position almost automatically.
Yeah, because we've seen him go from first to home twice. That was yesterday. All off of the bat is Sloan Laird, who's on deck.
Yep.
1-1. Big swing and a miss on an upstairs fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Whittle takes a timeout.
And like you said, he was with the Bills earlier this year?
Last season.
Wow.
That was towards the tail end. That was when things really fell off the tracks for Pecos at the tail end of the season. Knipe, his 1-2. Got him looking. A good backwards K for Caden Knipe. The Cowboys have an opportunity in the top of the 9th as we are tied at 5. Don't go anywhere.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union. Enjoy the familiar comforts of Holiday Inn Express as you explore the mysterious beauties of West Texas. We offer spacious rooms with large bathrooms, complimentary breakfast that will spoil your taste buds, free Wi-Fi, fitness center, indoor pool, and even electric vehicle charging. Holiday Inn Express, your oasis in the desert in Alpine, Texas, 2004 East Highway 90. Call 432-837-9597.
Next time you're shopping for a lawnmower or weed trimmer, here's something to think about. At your locally owned Morrison True Value Gardens, they'll fully assemble and fire up that mower or weed trimmer right there in the store for you, and this is done at no extra charge. Same thing with generators. They'll make sure it's working like it should before it ever leaves the store. Old-fashioned personal service. That's the way they still do business at your C.G. Morrison family of stores.
It's the top of the 9th inning. The Alpine Cowboys in a big spot against the Roswell Invaders. A 5-5 ball game. Nestor Perella out there for a second inning of work. Went into this outing with a 19 ERA, but he had a shutout inning in the 8th. He'll face 5, 6, and 7, starting with Brandon Andrews for the Cowboys. Andrews had a sack fly his last time around. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and that sack fly, as I mentioned. Righty on righty to start us off in a 5-5 ball game, top of the ninth. Man, you gotta love baseball.
What a great Pecos League moment, man. When do you think in your broadcasting career you'll call a game where a team trots out a 19 ERA guy halfway or at the latter half of the season in a tie ball game? I mean,
You don't see it.
Welcome to the Pecos League, man.
Nestor Perella. Here's his first pitch to Brandon Andrews. Deep breath, off and going. High and in, 1-0.
Yeah. Just happy to be here right now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, again, how can you not love it? Gene Reyes is warming up in the Cowboy bullpen. As you would expect, he'll be the man in the bottom of the ninth. 1-0, the leg kick and delivery. Andrews fishes for it, just foul on the third base line. Had it been fair, it would have been one heck of a statement for the Cowboys to open the top of the ninth, but instead it's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, we'll have the all-star against the no-star.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who knows?
Perella getting his signs from Alexandrov. In a 1-1 count, Brandon Andrews, one of the biggest spots he's been in all season. The delivery, well away in the opposite batter's box, downstairs in the dirt. 2-1. Andrews was the hero on the 4th of July, game 2 of that doubleheader. Hit that walk-off past the shortstop Kyle Waters, gave the Cowboys that walk-off win, 7-6 over Pecos. That was a magical moment. Can he replicate it here in the top of the ninth? 2-1. He swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, 2-2.
Got the most strikeouts on the team, but like you said, had some big moments, and when he runs into one, could take it yard, man. You know, we talk about the solo shot isn't going to kill you, but it is going to kill you in a one-run game or a tie game.
Especially with momentum. I
Yeah.
feel like that's the big thing as well.
Especially with Nestor out here. I bet he could get wild in a moment, man.
Perella, 2-2. Andrews swings and misses on an outside pitch. He's down on strikes. The first out in the top of the ninth for Perella and the Invaders. John Tuttle now, he steps in. Right-handed bat, 0 for 4 on the day. Tuttle, a 429 on base going into this game here against his former team. The last time he'll play in Roswell this season. We'll see if he returns next year. The Cowboys would love to have him if that's the case. But he'll be in town. He'll be coaching at NIMI.
Yeah. New Mexico Military Institute.
First pitch. Low and away, 1-0 the count. Tuttle staying put on that pitch from Perella. On deck for Alpine, it's Aaron Izquierdo. In the hole, it's Trevor Tripoli. I'll be curious to see if we get to a pitcher spot, who the Cowboys would pinch hit. I do see Kyle Rodriguez holding a bat, maybe him. 1-0, low and away. You have numerous options. You can go to Jake Sisto. They already went to Mateo Avalone. And you can also go to Kyle Rodriguez, like we just said. 2 balls, no strikes, and nobody on base for the Cowboys in the top of the ninth. Perella, he deals. Outside, that's a strike on Tuttle.
Man, the fact that we have a good chance of going to extras here on the day that we drive back to Alpine right after the game. That's how these series have gone when we do this in Roswell.
Exactly.
Last year, the umpire went to the ground in a benches clearing brawl, was carted off the field. It took us an hour to get another umpire.
2-1 slider down Broadway. Perella with beautiful movement that time. 2-2 the count now to John Tuttle. Tuttle takes a quick timeout in what is a huge spot. Cowboys need to get anything going in this top of the ninth inning where we're tied at 5. The Roswell Invaders will have 2, 3, and 4 due up, the meat of their order. 2-2, Tuttle, swing and a miss. Big-time strikeout for Nestor Perella. Back-to-back Ks for him.
Holy cow, man. Nestor's come in and done really well.
Aaron Izquierdo now. He's 1 for 2 now with 2 walks. And looking in the Cowboy on deck circle, you do see Trevor Tripoli, But in the hole now, it does appear Kyle Rodriguez, if we get to the 9th spot, which we're on pace to not, which, I mean, it's very well possible. 2 out rallies for sure, but he's there.
Like you said, on pace, you're right, to
The
not
pitch.
get there.
Well outside, 1-0 to Aaron Izquierdo.
And again, we're just trying to avoid a sweep right now. If you're just tuning in, a tie ball game, but we lost the first 2 against a Roswell team that was 6-31 coming into the series. Is that right?
Yes. 1-0, low and away in the dirt.
We were 20-16. Now we're 20-18.
Yeah, Roswell has 25% of their victories on this season right here in this series. Okay, Tucson leads 6-3 over Pecos in the bottom of the 5th. I guess that's good news for the Cowboys. In a way, it's bittersweet because now Tucson probably further away.
Yeah.
2-0. There's a strike painted up on the outside to Aaron Izquierdo on the slider. That's what Perella's been going to. I mean, hey, it's twilight hour. You can't really see it here. Might as well go with it.
Yeah, without the strong light fixtures, we hear it time and time again from guys that your depth perception is affected, and it's just so hard to follow that slider. That's what struck out Andrews.
2-1. Another strike, this time well towards the middle. Izquierdo and the Cowboys down to their last strike in the top of the 9th in a 5-5 ball game. Roswell, the only way they can win it now would be via the walk-off. Here we go, Nestor Perella. His signs from Alexandrov, he gets a long pause and a big pitch coming. The 2-2. Izquierdo got him looking. We're going to the bottom of the 9th in a big spot. The Invaders look to walk it off in a 5-5 ball game when we return.
Next time you're shopping for a lawnmower or weed trimmer, here's something to think about. At your locally owned Morrison True Value Gardens, they'll fully assemble and fire up that mower or weed trimmer right there in the store for you, and this is done at no extra charge. Same thing with generators. They'll make sure it's working like it should before it ever leaves the store. Old-fashioned personal service. That's the way they still do business at your C.G. Morrison family of stores. Skinner's Drilling and Well Service in Alpine is your authorized dealer for Polymark water storage tanks. Skinner's Drilling and Well Service sells and installs rainwater harvesting tanks, vertical and horizontal leg tanks, and more. Any size from 100 gallons to 5,000 gallons or more, Skinner's either has it or they can get it in short order. Phone 837-2497. Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC, Texas license number 2838A1.
Mountain Zone TV is your local internet provider, providing you the lowest prices in the area. At $51 per month, you'll get 50 megabytes download and 5 megabytes upload, brought to you by this local service provider. But the best news is there's no contract. Yes, you won't have to sign your life away to Mountain Zone TV. They're doing business right at Mountain Zone. Call them up at 432-837-2300. Call Mountain Zone today.
It's the bottom of the 9th. It's crunch time in Roswell, New Mexico. Tied ball game. The Invaders look to have walk-off magic in the bottom of the 9th, starting with 2, 3, and 4. The Cowboys, after a scoreless 8th inning, not only that, a 1-2-3 from Caden Knipe, they go back to him. Gene Reyes is waiting in the wings. What do you think made Lance Myers go to that decision?
I just think Knipe kind of has momentum. He's come out here and shown you that it's working for him today. He's got all of his pitches. So, I mean, why go with the change if you have a guy that's cruising out there right now?
Now the lefty in Sloan Laird. He is 3 for 4, a pair of singles and a double. Knipe, the righty, his first pitch to Laird. A slider misses up high, 1-0.
Knipe ended that last inning with the strikeout of Whittle that gave him the golden sombrero as well. But this is the toughest part of the Roswell order. Sloan, Ty, Shane, that's
yes,
scary in the bottom of the 9th.
It really is. After that, though, at the 5 slots, the pitcher, Mike Martinez.
Yeah.
1-0, swing and a miss on a pitch downstairs.
Hey, but Mike Martinez walked last time.
That's true. Again, you can never underestimate. You can't look past anybody.
Yeah.
I think that's what this series has really taught us. It's really a life lesson. Baseball is a life lesson in of itself.
You're right, man.
You just can't look past anything. Knipe, 1-1. Fouled off left side. 1-2 the count on Laird. I guess the saying goes, expect the unexpected. This series really has been the unexpected.
Yeah, absolutely. Punched in the mouth. But again, I mean, still a postseason run is possible and I think likely for our boys, man.
Knipe, 1-2. Fishes for it. Right side, gets down. The go-ahead run is on the base paths for the Invaders. A leadoff single, Sloan Laird.
4 straight hits for Sloan Laird. And Ty Murray has gone on base in all 4 ABs today, reaching by the error once.
Ty Murray, right-handed batter. He is 3 for 3 on the day. He reached via an error his last time around. He has a pair of RBIs as it's righty on righty with a runner on first since Sloan Laird. Laird has 7 stolen bags on the season. Ty Murray in such a big spot for the Invaders. He looks to be the hero, looks to give Roswell the sweep over the Cowboys.
Good news is I don't think Sloan is going to steal a base anytime soon, Ron.
First pitch, in the left side, it gets down in front of Hunter Damon. It takes 2 hops. Runners on first and second now. Caden Knipes in a jam. Roswell has the go-ahead run, the winning run, now in scoring position with Sloan Laird. And you go to the righty and Shane Morrow now with nobody out. I'm just curious at this point, when do you go to Gene Reyes?
Right about now, Ron.
Yes.
Good call.
Cowboy infield comes in. They convene with Caden Knipe, but no Lance Myers yet.
He
no
might come in a
Jesus
moment.
Rosario.
But, Ron, I think this goes back to what we talked about earlier. Right now, the Roswell Invaders, not in the playoff picture, nothing to play for, but nothing to lose. No pressure as you step in the batter's box. You know, sometimes we talked about it with James Prakash from the batter's box. Sometimes the best approach and mindset as a hitter when you step in is just not to care. Don't give a F.
It's that flow state.
Yeah, and right now the Roswell Invaders have won 2 in this series. They have nothing to lose, and I think Sloan Laird and Ty Murray are absolutely in that state of mind right now where they got nothing to lose. They're out here having fun playing baseball where, you know, a lot of the guys here in the Pecos League won't be playing baseball for much longer, and some of these guys are just out here just enjoying their last little aspects of it.
Yeah, before the summer comes to an end. I think that's exactly it for Roswell. Just trying to soak up as much as they can before the summer comes to an end. Shane Morrow, right-handed batter with runners on first and second. Nobody out, bottom of the ninth. First pitch is a strike down low. Caden Knipe, such a big at-bat here against Shane Morrow. A big moment to say the least. The Cowboys, they've been walked off once this season. Now as the Tucson Saguaros on the road. Well, that's the only way you can get walked off is if you're on the road. 0-1 downstairs, low and away, 1-1.
Good news is 4, 5, and 6 haven't done a lot today for Roswell.
For now.
Yeah.
Shane Morrow is 1 for 3 with a walk. Again, he's always a threat. 287 average going into this game. 1-1. It's a pop-up on the infield. That's an infield fly. I believe that's what the call is going to be. It is caught by Tripoli, but Morrow is retired with 1 out. So they called the infield fly before that ball even went into Tripoli's glove. Now you go to Mike Martinez, the pitcher with 1 out, runners on first and second. He was walked his last go-around by Ben Paul. This is now Caden Knipe on the bump for the Cowboys. Glances at second. Here's his first pitch to Martinez. Here we go. He pops it up in the shallow center. Andrews calls him up. He drops it. Sends it to third, however. Do they have the out? It looks like he is safe. What is the call? Do they say out? There's still no ruling yet. But that would be the bases loaded with 1 out if they do end up calling him out there. They do call him out, it appears. The second base umpire now makes the ruling. Or is there going to be a conversation? I saw the fist.
I thought I saw the fist too.
Yeah,
Now
Lance Myers goes to talk to Caden Knipe. A costly error again for the Cowboys, and they're going to change it to Gene Reyes.
Well, if he's out, Rowan, it makes no difference. There's runners at first and second and 2 outs now.
Yes, exactly.
But I don't know if he's out or not. I still don't. He still has the sliding glove on, Sloan Laird. He's talking to the on-deck batter, or the batter coming up.
Yeah, and Knipe has exited the game. In comes Gene Reyes with, I guess at this point, 1 out. Now, Lance Myers didn't even argue the call, which tells me that, and like just recapping that throw to Andrews, threw it to Prakash. Looked like they had him out by a mile, and yeah, the official ruling, they said it pushed off. So yeah, Prakash was let off of the bag. That's what I saw too, it appears. So bases are loaded with 1 out. The Invaders have a huge opportunity to walk it off against the Cowboys in the bottom of the 9th in a tied game. Any base runner now, any base runner can get it done.
Or a wild pitch, or pass ball.
Yes.
You know, Gene has that 95, 96 mile per hour fastball. Sometimes we're thinking if he just takes a little bit off of it, he could locate it really well, especially coming into the zone or coming into the game. When he inherits ball games, Rowan, he normally inherits jams like this in really tough spots. And what we need is the best of Gene Reyes to come away with a win in Roswell.
It's not going to be easy. Hey, it can't be easy for a pitcher. You come in with 1 out and the bases loaded. What do you think's going through Gene's mind right now?
Maybe Baby Shark.
I guess so.
That's what they're playing over the loudspeaker for Gene.
Hey, talk about, I guess you could call it icing the pitcher in a way is what the music is doing.
Yeah.
Just getting them a little distracted.
But as far as his mindset, man, Gene is kind of an enigma. I haven't figured Gene out. I don't really know what goes through his mind, dude. He's a relentless competitor, though. He likes the big spots. He gets angry whenever he doesn't get to come in a big-time situation. So I think right now, man, he is amped up. He's ready to go, and he is thinking, I mean, balls to the wall. Let's get this thing out. Let me throw 95 and just blow this by, and blow the doors off the next couple of batters he sees.
With Mikey Alonso, he will be the next batter. On deck is Ioannis Alexandrov and the whole Chad Bain. 1 out, bases loaded for the Invaders. 5-5 game. Roswell with nothing to lose. The Cowboys with a lot to lose and everything to gain. As now you go to Mikey Alonso, the right-handed batter, against the righty pitcher in Gene Reyes. Bottom of the 9th inning. These are the moments that if you're a relief pitcher, especially a closer, this is what you live for.
Yeah.
Alonso steps in. So far today, he is 0 for 3. He's reached via an error.
I just want to watch this first pitch, Rowan.
Reyes, first pitch. Fastball fouled down, 0-1.
That was a 2-seam hitter right for the zone. Good sign, good sign. Again, probably 94, 95.
Which is, it's just insane to think that kind of velo, especially if it's located, very tough to hit. But we've seen it done before.
Yeah.
0-1 with Alonso in the box. Reyes glances at third. Now the delivery. Low and away, just on the corner, misses.
Rona, you know, this would be a crazy time for a suicide squeeze, but with 1 out, bases loaded, like, I mean, I could see it.
You think so?
Especially with him swinging away at the first pitch. I mean, it's probably not in play here, probably not in their mind. I don't know how good of a bunter Mikey Alonso is, but it'd be interesting.
1-1. Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball, low and away. 1-2.
Out of play.
Yeah, it looked like a slider there, but at the same time, his slider is different from basically everyone else's.
Yeah.
Just with the velo.
His slider is a Pecos League fastball with a run.
Exactly.
Probably.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Big pitch coming from Reyes. A deep breath. Looks at third. The delivery. Low and away in the dirt. Reyes thought he had him too. Just for a second. I mean, he knew the location was off, but you could tell he wanted it. It's a 2-2 count, though, to Mikey Alonso. Ioannis Alexandrov is on deck for the Roswell Invaders. And one of the biggest spots of the season, I will say it. The Cowboys need momentum, and they need it now, especially going into a live games against Pecos. Reyes, deep breath, and a 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Second out in the bottom of the ninth, Gene Reyes. Big time K as we now go to Ioannis Alexandrov with 2 outs and the bases loaded.
Really, really nice matchup here, man. I like it for Gene. I'll knock on wood too, but I think this is him and Chad Bain are kind of the guys we want to see in the Roswell lineup in a situation like this.
These are 2 ex-affiliates going head-to-head. Alexandrov in the Cubs organization, Reyes with the Miami Marlins. Not too long ago, first pitch. It's a chopper that just goes foul on the third base line. 0-1 now.
Yeah, really weak contact.
In a 5-5 game, the Cowboys looking to go to extra innings. Alpine yet to win in extra innings this season.
Yeah,
We've tied in extra innings, I guess.
Are we 0-1-1 or 0-0-1?
I guess it would be 0-1-1. Do you count the tie as extra innings? Because we didn't even start that top of the 10th.
Oh yeah, I don't count it.
So I guess, yeah, 0-1. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, Reyes, big spot. He kicks and deals. In the dirt, gets past Tuttle. That brings in a run. The Invaders walk it off on a wild pitch. 6-5, that's your ball game.
Yeah, that's just the wild pitch, man, to walk things off. Again, Gene just has so much velo, and he's in the big spots, and sometimes it just misses for Gene. And, I mean, that's a situation where you can't miss.
Oh, and they pour the water on him, man. Alexandrov is hyped. The Invaders are hyped. The Cowboys have now lost 3 in a row. They have been swept by the Roswell Invaders. A 6-5 Roswell win. The Cowboys, they now fall to 20-19-1. Ryan, what needs to change?
Punched in the mouth, man. Like I said, we need a montage. We need this to have a visceral experience for the Cowboys, some sort of changing of the guard, some sort of changing mindset. I mean, we just can't, like you said, we can't overlook a team like this, and we can't continue to come out and perform like this, man. We've got too much talent. I think we're probably the most, if not one of the most talented teams in the Pecos League. And I don't blame the management. I don't blame anybody in particular. It's just right now it's kind of like a virus in the minds of the guys. It feels like a mindset thing, Rowan.
Hopefully the Cowboys can figure it out. It's not going to be easy facing the red-hot Pecos Bills. Before we go, let's get a quick check on that game against the Tucson Saguaros, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's a 7-3 Tucson, the top of the 6th. I guess that's not too bad.
My player of the game, though, is Maddox.
Yes.
Maddox Hoagland. Again, the starting pitcher had a really nice outing, got a lot of Ks early on. When we talk about it, we've already guaranteed ourselves a postseason bid, all but guaranteed it, and I think Maddox would be able to deliver. I mean, I think he might be in that 3-man rotation in an opening series against the Pecos Bills.
It could be a 3-man rotation, could be 4. Last year, let's think we saw Hirai, Vela, and Sheik, and then I guess Hunter Reed. So I guess it was a 4-man last year. Maybe they go with that.
Yeah, I'm just saying 3-man in that initial series.
In that initial series, yes. But Ryan, any parting words for the people of Alpine?
Nope.
All right, we'll see you all in a couple of days as the Cowboys host the Pecos Bills. I'm Rowan Elbert. That's Ryan Wild. Thank you for being with us, and good night, Alpine.